And a very good morning to you. It's coming up on 11 o'clock. This is the Midday Report with Schofield and McCoy. Schofield is out today on assignment, and we have a very, very special show today. If you've been on social media in the last couple of days or so, you may have seen a post on there about a couple of guys who are going to be joining us for a reunion show today. And so without further ado, I've got to welcome in these guys that we worked together about 20 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, Buzz and Harvey.
Welcome back, Brett.
It's time for us to. I think I've taken a poopy in my Depends.
I understand Oh, that was you?
It was one of us.
I understand.
Check and see. It's still warm. It was me.
Are we on the radio?
Yes, we're on radio.
Oh, I love the radio.
And it's something else. We're online as well.
Boats is a-coming, they're dancing tonight.
Are we doing this in Braille, too? I hope so.
Boats is a-coming. Something smells delicious.
That's my poopy.
Oh.
Sardines and crackers.
No, thank you for having us. This is great.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh,
It has
my
been
goodness.
a very long time.
Yeah, it was.
Remember, he talks very softly.
Yes, that's right. I got to turn this mic up.
I'm sorry.
His voice is like his handshake.
I'll speak up. Slimy and
Slimy and soft.
Ooh, just the way I like it. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Buzz and Harvey Show reunion show. I think we started this thing 1997?
No.
No?
It was April 1st, 1998.
No, okay.
Hey,
98.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day.
We did, and I guess I left in 01.
About that.
Yeah, it was 01 because I will be here at Grace Broadcasting January 2nd, 19 years
Wow.
that I have been here.
God, you're old.
That's a lot of broadcasting.
Jeez.
That's a lot of broadcasting.
You are ancient.
So, and you're the only one of us left in radio.
Yeah.
That's another interesting
Isn't
fact.
that sad?
That shows you the level of competency.
That's it.
We lost ours, and no, we just got out of it.
I put this on my Facebook page yesterday when you told as you told me to.
Well, I asked.
And I'm happy to. No, this is exciting for me too.
Okay,
and,
good.
And a lot of people got very excited. A lot of people that probably maybe not, let's say, loyal listeners of 93.1 here
Right.
at FM, and
Right.
we'll turn them on to the fine broadcasting that you're doing here.
Amen. God
From the
bless
Old
you.
Country Store Dixie Cafe.
All right, now,
My Lord.
Buzz, you're making me nervous. Because
Why?
Well, I remember one time when we were on the air and you were fiddling with something.
Kind of distracted.
You were distracted. I think you were going through some CDs or something like that.
And said one of the words you can't say.
Yes, yeah. And so he's sitting over there fiddling with his GoPro
At the last minute.
Yeah, and I'm sure that at the last minute. So I figure that he wasn't paying that much of attention. So I was.
What were we saying?
Well,
You're right. You're right. I need to focus.
Well, you remember that one time that you weren't focused.
It wasn't just that I wasn't focused, Brad. I was also
You have to call him
exhausted.
Opie. Don't call him
See,
Brad.
some people aren't suited for a radio show in the morning. Now, I'm suited to doing the style of radio that you do in the morning.
Uh-huh.
I'm just not suited to getting up at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning. And that's hard. And I'm not good at it. And I was a younger man in those days, and I would be exhausted when I get up on the show because I'd be running on not enough sleep, and I needed all my sleep. And yeah, one time we were having a discussion about some people that just said some things about me, and I used an expletive on the radio.
And it was live.
Yes.
We didn't have a delay unit like you do here with the top-notch technology that you're doing the show with here from the Old Country Store. Dixie
And you'll
Cafe.
find this fascinating, too, Opie. We have a copy of that audio.
We do?
We found it. We're not going to play it here.
Why not?
But we did find it.
We can
Why
beep
not
it
play
out.
it?
It's on a cassette, and so he's going to part of what I'll tell you about we found a trove of cassettes of audio checks of the shows, some of the shows.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
like hours and hours of them. And you're in the process of changing those to digital and uploading them to the cloud for later use?
We had I have those done. They're digitized. They're sitting on my hard drive, so we got to get those to a safe place in a bunker somewhere, and then figure out how we can all make some money off of it. That's what I think.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, me
What
too.
do you think?
Yeah. Now, so I ran into Buzz, I don't know what, 6 months ago or something, up at 731. And maybe it was longer than that. And you sent me some audio that you had found of when you were doing the Buzz cut of the day, and you let me pick it out.
Yeah,
And-
because that was something that
I didn't know Ozzy ever did Rocky Top.
the Buzz cut of the day was my feature where I would play a different weird song every morning at 9:30. But what would happen was it would get to be about 9:27, and I would go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
What the heck am I going to play? And I would have to, I had archives and archives of stuff. And the problem is, it's like when you look at Netflix and there's 5 different movies and you can't pick out which one to watch.
Right.
That's how I am with songs. So I never knew what to play because I was like, I don't know where to start. So
You remember the
I think
days
I'll
you-
let you pick one.
Yeah, it was Country Boy Can Survive.
Good one.
That was it.
Yeah.
It's good. It was okay for me. It was magnanimous of me to hand that over to you.
Well,
I never asked you to let me pick out do the sports stories.
no, you didn't. Thank goodness.
Do you guys know that I watch football now?
Really?
I'm a Tennessee Titans fan,
All right,
and
woo-hoo.
this is a new thing. It never back in those days.
Do you know what they're
I was the
doing?
biggest no sports nerd in the world.
You know what's going on? Do you understand what's going on with the game? Or
Who's
yeah,
their
I actually
quarterback?
understand the game now. Well, the first string is Marcus Mariota, and then there's 2 other guys whose names I have already not committed to memory. Jake Locker is
No.
that a guy? No, but I've been watching. I've been watching here for what since they were in the Super Bowl.
Derrick Henry's one of them. Derrick
He's the
Henry.
running back.
He's not a quarterback.
No.
He's not a super back.
Do you know the Titans have 2 Heisman Trophy winners?
I don't know who they are. Look, I'm just saying I'm a fan and I'm watching the games. I didn't say I don't watch. You know how many episodes of Sports Center I've watched in my entire life? 0.
0.
So I don't know anything about who's doing what. But I'm watching, and I'm not a fair weather fan. I've been watching this whole time.
Yeah.
Kind of like but I am done being a Tennessee fan though. That's over with.
The Vols, really?
What are you going to do with that? I can't
come
put
on.
myself. I already do this with the Titans. I can't put myself through this kind of misery.
It is painful.
Go Auburn.
It is. It is painful. I feel like a
War
Cubs
Eagle.
fan.
War Eagle.
I got to figure out where little Buzz is going to turn 18.
Oh, my goodness.
My son is turning 18
Wow.
in 2 months, and he's got to go to college somewhere. And we're sitting him down trying to figure out where he's going to go. And I don't know where he's going to go. He's going to study engineering somewhere. But we're just like, well, we're looking at the engineering department at the university at Alabama, which none of us are really into that idea. And he's like, is that the one that has the big football team? He's 17. Kids today don't watch football.
You're right.
He's not into.
You
any of
are.
this. If it's not on Xbox, he doesn't know anything about it.
Now, Buzzette's an Auburn fan, right? If I
She-
remember.
she went there, so she's
Okay.
big into Auburn. But she got her master's at UT, so she's also. We're not anti-Tennessee.
I got you.
I used to
I
be just
understand.
out of spite because I was just tired of looking at that orange everywhere I went.
Yeah,
It was
fun.
in your face. It was really in
fun.
your face back in the
Yeah.
late '90s.
Yeah. Well, I guess speaking of that, one of the things that I really, and still to this day, I have people that will mention
Sure.
the championship game debacle that.
Well,
that
I noticed I
Buzz-
haven't been invited back.
Well, no, and you're not coming back.
The Fiesta
You're not-
Bowl
Yeah,
incident?
you're not coming back to my house. I will never have you at my
The
house.
police
again.
were there.
Yeah,
It was-
the dog got hit. The police were there.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
can come watch it at my house because I've got Dolby Atmos 7.1 surround sound.
Oh, now you got the sound.
I'm about to upgrade to about 85-inch OLED screen, and then you could enjoy. But I mean, your TV, you needed a new TV anyway.
All right, so here's the deal.
I know it was a big night for you.
It was. Tennessee was playing in the national championship game,
I don't know why we have to bring this up.
January 4th,
Just
1999.
sitting here smelling hoe cakes and
and
fried pies. I'm doing keto. I can't smell all this sugar.
So I'm having a party.
Glad
Big
you said
party.
sugar.
Yes, and I made the mistake of inviting Buzz and Harvey to come over. Well, at halftime of the game, Buzz, he says he's this big sound engineer, technical
I am.
guy or
This
whatever.
is not my fault.
Look, he really was good at that.
Well,
I know my
yeah.
stuff.
Okay,
He
well,
really
you
was
didn't that night.
You should hear what's going on at my house now. It sounds
Well-
better than at the movie theater.
Well, you heard what was going on at my house. Nothing. Crickets were chirping.
Yes, yes.
He blew up my TV. He blew up the TV at halftime
of the championship
of the
game.
most important Tennessee game
Of
in
your
my
life.
life.
Yeah.
You were having such a great time. Tennessee, Peyton Manning, you were just about to win the national championship. It was and it did happen.
You don't
And-
even know
and,
who
you
was quarterback. No.
Who was quarterback?
T. Martin. Peyton had already graduated.
You mean they won the national championship after
Yes.
Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was waiting to watch the band at halftime. That was what he was waiting for.
I thought they hadn't done nothing since he was gone.
When do they start marching?
All right,
Are they
so
going to play Rocky Top again?
look, we were watching the game, and I knew what a big deal this was for you. And as a friend, as somebody who cares, I wanted you to have the greatest, cinematic and visual AV experience you could have.
It was.
I realized that you had a perfectly compatible stereo system there that you could hook up to your TV, and you wouldn't have to use just the little piddly TV speakers to hear the game. You could have your big speakers. What I didn't know is that your house was, I guess, not grounded properly or something.
it was my house's fault.
You had a short
No.
somewhere. This
Okay.
is not my
Yeah.
fault. I hooked it up correctly, but yeah, there was a little. I mean, there was no fire, but there was some smoke, and
Yes.
things went sideways from there and got a lot worse. And I'm sorry. I know it was an important night, but you weren't thinking straight because all you were caring about was that dumb game.
Well, were you apparently unaware he has a bathroom in the house too? Because
Yeah, I mean, why did you go outside?
you went
and-
outside.
I
to
think
whiz,
somebody was in there. It's just a long time ago,
And the
man. Was this
cops showed-
20 years?
Yeah,
I don't remember
I
why I
remember
was
every bit.
outside, but I had
Oh,
to
I
go.
do
You had
too.
a fence. You had a nice fenced-in area,
Yeah, but the neighbors
Pete
saw
Rock-
you, dude. I mean,
and there was.
you don't do that out in that neighborhood.
You had a beautiful fenced-in area, and that's a deciduous plant, isn't it?
it
Harvey?
is a deciduous plant.
Yeah, the fenced-in area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fenced-in area diduticus. That's what the scientific name of it is.
So I told y'all about the neighbors.
I'm not sorry about your TV because that's not my fault. But
You
I mean,
don't care
the
about his dog?
What happened to the dog? I will always
the
that
worst.
that
Yeah, yeah,
really,
tell everybody what you did
I
to my
still
dog.
wake up in night sweats. Well, you told us to leave, so we were leaving in a
He
hurry.
didn't tell you to leave. He ordered you to leave.
There was no
suggestion.
We left in a little bit too big of a hurry, and you
Yep.
didn't have your dog leashed, which is
again,
a
it's-
ordinance
There was
where you
something wrong.
live.
There was something wrong with that dog anyway.
It was-
There
it-
was when the night was over.
Yeah, it was
Unfortunately. How is
Scooter?
Scooter? by
Oh
the
well,
way?
Scooter's long gone. Now. Yeah, Scooter didn't make it many more years after
Well,
that.
I take no responsibility for that, but
Yeah.
I do feel bad.
I know.
I do feel bad.
All right, you didn't at the time. I'm just saying.
You know what I really feel bad about is they didn't have DVRs back then because you could have just paused it until we got all this stuff sorted out.
That's right. Yeah, I guess
Didn't
that
That would have been way better.
Didn't have
Yeah.
DVR. You did get it on tape. You did eventually see the game, right? Did somebody give you a tape?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like 2 days later. Like, duh.
Now here's my question: Does
I wonder
anybody
who
have,
won.
Here's a more important question: Does anybody have tape of the show? Because that's what we need. Because we don't have that.
No, we don't.
That was on Sunday, wasn't it? Saturday.
It was a
Saturday.
Monday.
Oh, okay.
It was
So
a
the
Monday.
next-
No, I didn't come to work the next
I know,
day.
he didn't
It was
come to
the
work
next
for
I
day.
called the
That's-
boss and
there
told
we
him
go.
I'm not coming in working with these guys.
You
Or
were very
working
upset.
with
You were very upset. And I'm
you. Yeah,
sorry.
I still am. I still am upset. 20 years later, Buzz.
Is that why you brought me here today? Just
Yep.
to smell the hoe cakes
Yep.
and to get after me about something that happened 20 years ago?
yeah, pretty
and
much
quit
so.
call them that. You have no idea who's cooking those things.
Is this what you play the music off of for the radio, this Wurlitzer jukebox back here? It's an antique store in here.
It is.
It is.
There's beautiful old antique radios. Do any of these work?
No, I'm sure you could fix them though, right?
I got my notes here. Could I use a typewriter? You guys have a typewriter handy?
Look at these. These computers still have. Look, the apple is just a seed on it. It's not even a full-grown apple on
That's
these
a
things.
Tandy.
What is this?
No, it's
Tandy.
Straight from Radio Shack. Oh, this is a Radio Shack computer.
so. Let's. I think if people are listening that used to be fans of our show, they're kind of curious what we've been up to.
Yeah.
What the heck are we up to now?
All right.
Harvey, you first.
All right, go hard.
Like we know what you're up to, Brad
yeah,
McCoy.
I'm-
You're
I'm
still,
here
you're
every day,
here.
yeah.
You're here with the hoe cakes.
Yeah, I've got a home office and just kind of we have a advertising agency consulting firm basically that we just kind of do a lot of advertising consultancy and do a lot of video and audio and graphics and website design, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So
Harvey and
stay busy.
Friends.
HarveyandFriends.com.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't call him. He doesn't have time.
Yeah, don't call. Just email or text. No phone calls. And you left and you're doing audio.
It's weird. We're both kind of
audio
in
books.
the. You're in the Harvey business, and I'm in the Buzz business. Yeah. Similarly, I of course I was on the radio,
Up until
but
how long ago?
which was fun. I had to actually learn how to DJ. You know, when we were doing our thing, I didn't have to actually DJ with the. It's 65 outside. It's 4:25 a.m. and here's Led Zeppelin.
The most
Again.
boring thing in the world.
It
man.
wasn't really what I got into the radio to
horrible.
do. I was trying to be a wacky morning show guy. So I never did really get to do that the way I wanted to. But it was fun. I had health care.
right.
But I'm now kind of doing my own thing as well. Yes, I'm doing all manner of voiceovers. BuzzBlackburn.com. is where you
And he
can
has a
find out
home
what I like
studio
to.
as well.
Yeah.
Which, when you can really do that and be very effective with it now.
I've more so. Oh, I want to promote this audiobook that I have for sale because I get a cut of the audiobook.
All right. Where's my cut?
You can go to. Well, you got to do an audiobook.
Cool.
You have to
Time
sit,
for commercial, right?
You have to
Yeah,
sit
that's
in a dark, smoky,
I'll be right back.
quiet, moist room. I tell you what, if I sell enough of them, I'll give you a cut. No, if you go to buzzblackburn.com, I've got 4 audiobooks on there that I did not write. I just read them.
Right.
They're very cool. If you're a fan of Buzz and Harvey, you probably would dig them. But there's one called The Find, which is just an hour long. It's just my latest one, and that's the one I get a cut of. So
okay.
The other ones I've already been paid. So everybody, please check. Actually, if you message me, I'll give you a free copy because I have free copies.
God, you're the most horrible businessman
I'm saying,
ever.
yeah.
All right, buy it first. I'll give you a free copy of one of the other ones. I tell you what, anybody who buys a copy of
terrible.
The Find on Audible, I will give you a free copy of all my other
In
books.
fact, I'll give you a copy, and I'll send you $10 if you listen to it.
That's buy one book, get 3 free, Harvey. This is a good deal. BuzzBlackburn.com. BuzzBlackburn@gmail.com. No, I'm acting. I'm doing commercials. I've done commercials for recently for advertisers like Polaris, Fujitsu.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Big
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah, it's really
Cool.
weird. All the stuff that we enjoyed doing on radio, 20 years ago, we really get to do now, and we're kind of in control of it.
I got you.
So it's really the best time of our lives.
And I can
think,
get
is
up
right
when
now.
I can get up when I please.
Right.
You know. I mean,
Right.
I remember when we were doing our show. It was tough. Kind of being getting up early like that, and since I was always the first one to get there, and always the best prepared for the show, and
No! Wrong!
no, since I was always early and.
Nothing
That's a
changed.
joke.
Because Harvey, we were at the round table. Harvey came in and a
few minutes ago.
And said, "Well, here we are, waiting on Buzz again." 20 years later,
And then he came in early.
I came 14 minutes early
We
from
were
what you
shocked.
said, and you were all, of course, y'all were already sitting down. Nobody gave me a cup of coffee, but
I want to talk about the dynamics of the whole. Looking back on it, how the whole thing worked.
I don't think people know.
No, because it was. I mean, it
You
really
wouldn't
was.
imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was very much. It was very much the whole setup was very much patterned after wrestling. And
Okay.
everybody had defined characters.
which
I
we
think
did.
You were Lance Russell, Brad. I think
I think so.
he would. Yeah,
no,
you were
Opie
Jerry
was,
Lawler.
Opie was
and I-
100% Opie. Or
Okay, all right.
Yeah, 100%. But they were defined characters, and they were purpose and we knew going in each day what our character was, and then we would
I was Handsome Jimmy.
we would explode it to be because I was conservative, and still am, and Buzz liberal,
Right.
still am.
I was just
Yeah.
haranguing. I just got David Kustoff and nailed him down for about 10 minutes on Medicare for All. I think he's down with it. We'll
Yeah.
see.
We'll see.
You're not that convincing. I don't think.
Well,
He's got some.
He gave me the time. He listened very politely.
Here's the big question: did you give him any money?
No, he didn't offer him an audiobook, though.
No, I explained how I didn't have any, and that's why I needed Medicare for All.
Listen, if you don't know, here's how politics works: you give them money, they'll do what you tell them. That's how it works. Yeah.
I'd have never heard of such a. That's not how politics
If you
works
just
in
talk,
America.
if you just talk to him,
Well, that may be true of some people, but not our fine representative David Kustoff.
you may as well have done tongue push-ups on the floor to accomplish the same.
I tell you what, you put one of those hoe cakes on the floor, I just might do it.
You don't know who cooked those. Quit
Man,
calling
those
them
smell-
hoe cakes.
Yes, I do. I just watched him cook them on the griddle
You
right
don't know
over
her.
there.
You don't know her background. You have no idea why.
Well,
Why are you
we'll
calling
take
her?
the microphone over there. Let's ask her. How long you been making hoe cakes, man?
They're called hoe cakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
Yes, they're called
Now
hoe
I get
cakes.
it.
Now
Oh,
you
my
call
goodness.
me. You
I
don't
thought-
even know your Southern culture.
I thought you were referring to her. I was like, you don't even know this lady.
Men could make the hoe cakes as well.
Well, there are some men hoes. Sure.
yeah.
But anyway, so
Yeah.
we had
Do you
defined-
have commercials?
and then we would
Yeah.
go in.
Yeah.
Oh, they got nobody sponsoring
That's
this
too
crap.
bad.
They all dropped
We're
off.
trying to do our part. We're trying to help
Nobody
here.
sponsoring there. Who's on there? Cancel.
You did have any. You're not even going to be in the Old Country Store tomorrow. You're gonna have to be doing this show out in the parking lot.
Broadcast it from Crystals. So we had this.
Come on down, get you a sack full, or
Can I have some of that?
I am just starving, y'all.
So we had well-defined characters, and it was purposefully done, and I think it worked really well. I mean, everybody had their role to fulfill, and there were many times people would say afterward, they were like, we would have discussions at our dinner table about stuff that you guys brought up this morning. So we were goofy and acted silly and all that, but we also approached some very serious subjects, and we were able to do so. And no matter when you listened, you agreed with somebody on the show. You either agreed with Buzz, or you agreed with me, or you agreed with Opie, or
we all did a little bit of the devil's advocate thing.
It was perfect. It was perfect. Yeah.
We do have Harvey and I, all three of us, are very, very different people. We have a lot in common. But we were on the same page for that show.
Yeah. It was, and I remember us getting together back in Harvey's office when we were putting the thing together, and came up with Buzz. Yeah, and Opie.
I had to come up with a name because I didn't want to use my real name because I had some clue of what we were going to be doing. Mm-hmm. So I thought I'm in the phone book. I can't be using my real name. People will be knocking on my door to come get me and kick me in the booty.
That almost happened several times.
There were stalkers. There were death threats.
Yeah,
they weren't serious, but they were kind of like those guys would call and say, "How big a boy are you? I'm gonna come on down there right now." It's that kind of a thing. So I had to come up with another name.
I remember seeing you shook so many times. He would be sitting at that little angled desk that he had.
It
was made out of laminate and
right by the front door.
Yeah. And he would get off the phone. Sometimes he would hang up the phone. He would look at me. He'd be like, "I think this guy's fixing to come up here and whoop me." He's scared to death, dude. I mean,
and he was the first person you saw when he walked in the door.
Yeah, but Buzz is
they wouldn't give me an office.
You're 6'3" and
6'2" and a half.
6'2"
I'm a pretty big old boy.
He's a big guy.
Right.
I don't get messed with, but I was also not a fighter.
Right, exactly. So, and he would look at us like, "Y'all gonna be around later? Because I think this guy's coming up here." Like, no, man.
Everybody was cool though. I think a lot of people were in on the gimmick there.
But there was some planning, and the way it was designed is Buzz had his studio. I had my studio, and they were separated by glass windows, and so we couldn't talk to each other.
Right.
Opie would come into my studio and would do his sports and whatever else he was involved in.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, and that really worked well because we didn't get a chance to discuss anything.
Right. It was spontaneous.
When the microphones were on, it was on. Mm-hmm. And we really would, we would, when you heard us getting mad at each other,
oh gosh,
we were really mad at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Really ready to fight, mad at each other.
Brad's face would turn red.
Oh, my God.
And it was red to start with, so it would get really red.
High blood pressure and this conjoined twin he's still carrying around.
It's the keto thing. It shrinks. You need to do the keto because what would happen is all the glucose that's being stored in your liver, you've got the visceral fat. That's what that's called.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually surprised.
That is very dangerous for you.
I'm surprised he's still alive, to be honest.
He looks fine.
I know he looks amazing.
I think he looked like he lost weight.
I have lost a little bit.
But he's still red in the face.
You got to cut out the sugar, man. Sugar is the devil.
Still red.
Yeah.
He's not going to make it another week.
Where's my Arnold Palmer? There it is over there. I drink an Arnold Palmer.
I'm glad we're doing this now because he won't be here a month from now.
Please. Shut up.
You said that 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's what you said 20 years ago.
But that's an example of that. I mean,
Joint twin.
It was like the gloves were always off.
They were.
It was just a battle, man, constantly. And we'd be, after 4 hours on that show, we'd be exhausted, man.
Well, okay, I'll tell you guys just from the heart. The thing that I really, really miss about that show that was unique in my life and anybody I know is we would get up there and we would just for 3 hours straight and then 4 hours straight just laugh.
Yep.
For 4 hours straight to start your day. And I did not realize, I took that for granted at the time. Nobody gets to do that. I mean, we laughed. I mean, and I can't tell you the last time I had a real serious belly laugh in my life, but I would do that with our show. I would do that every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not fake laughs like some people on the radio, but real laughing that was genuine. Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the best thing about it. And I realize now, you don't get that anywhere else in life.
Well, we were in a real fortunate situation in that we were pretty much allowed to say and do whatever we wanted to.
That was definitely a mistake, but that is kind of how it worked.
Well, I gotta tell y'all boys, y'all need to settle down back here a little bit.
That's the voice of the boss that we used many times.
Well,
this poor man. I mean,
you boys need to straighten up right now. I'm tired of these phone calls.
Boy, he took some phone calls.
Tired of these petitions going around.
He had He was the person who was lording over all this, and he could, our boss,
Yeah.
our fine boss, who's doing great. He really got the yin and the yang of this. He got to see both sides of that hoe cake. He's like, on the one hand, all of a sudden he could count a few more shekels
Right.
than he used to. We were producing for him, but on the other hand, every day it had to be just.
Well, who is it this time?
Who'd you make mad now?
Every time the phone would ring, he had to just be like, "Oh God." All right.
They went on 5
Hello. What?
vision.
He said what? They did what?
Did he what? And then he'd come.
They didn't say that, did they?
And then he'd come in there. Did y'all say such and such? And I'd have to be the one to say, I said that. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, my goodness. All right, it's 11:25. This is Buzz and Harvey's reunion show here on the Talk of Jackson 93.1. We got some text coming in. I'm going to get to those. If you'd like to text us, the Victory Honda text line is 731-410-7560. That's 731-410-7560.
In that order.
In that order, yes, please. If you would like to call, the phone lines are all open. Now, we do ask you, please, keep it family friendly, okay? Because we had some instances back in the day. Keep it family friendly.
Why would you even say that?
Well, I know. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm not in radio anymore. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't either. I got no,
The-
I got
well, I
no
care.
dog in this hunt.
No, I mean, I don't want this to happen to you. I'm saying I don't care about what I did in the past. FCC can't find me now.
I hear you. Six.
I can find you, though.
Yeah, the call-in number is 678.
Now listen to this number. This is the most convoluted.
No, it's great. It's a great number.
678.
678.
All right, here we go.
That's a traveling area code. George B. took it with him on the road.
678.
678-931, which is 93.1. WTJS, which is 9857. So 678-931-9857.
Nobody has letters on their phones anymore.
I know.
679.
No, 678.
678.
In order. 678.
What?
931.
Yeah.
99.
98.
God, I got it wrong twice.
You're worse than George B, man.
5623.
Oh,
Let me wait.
BR 549, Buzz.
All three of us have reading glasses on here.
We do.
931-9857.
931-9857. Yeah, 678 area code.
I got it now.
Okay.
I'm going to be calling you on the regular.
All right. Now we got this on the Victory Honda text line. Get a sponsorship price together for this every day, and I'll do it. This reminds me of the 90s more than the Dave Matthews Band. Love it.
Wow.
All right. Thank you for
Hear
that.
that, Victory Honda?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Mama.
See, you're on the bread. You're on the train.
It says, "Hey Buzz, got Christmas trees in Trees and Trends window. They're looking for a weekend Santa. Sell them on outdoor lot. You in?"
I actually have a Santa suit.
Yeah.
I actually have two Santa
It looks
suits.
weird on you now, though.
And I will be Santa for hire.
Because you're like
Absolutely.
97 pounds now.
I've lost all that weight. I had a kind of a yo-yo dieting thing going on for about 40 years.
He could play a crack Santa.
Dude, I'm
I can wrap all your presents in 2 minutes.
I am 217 pounds as of this morning.
Wow, I weigh more than you do.
I'm a substantial human still.
Wow.
That's still like 40 pounds overweight.
You're bony,
according
man.
to the.
no, you're
bony.
you're
Thank
looking,
you, brothers.
You're
Thank
looking
you.
good.
That's what I was going for. I want to get near death. That's my goal.
This
I
listener-
want to be like, you know how people look at Keith Richards and they go, in a minute now, he's just going
he's
to keel
gotta
over.
go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
Hey, good luck.
This listener says, "Sorry, but I just joined in with Buzz and Harvey, but the thing I miss the most is Elvira."
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And all right,
I don't know who that is. Who is that? What is that?
Was that the Mustang girl? Was that her name?
I
no,
think so.
no, Ambrosia was her name.
Ambrosia. Maybe that's who they're thinking
Maybe
of.
it
Is
is.
Ambrosia.
See, this is the thing. I had a theory. I actually thought of this last night. I don't want to hold you up here. If you got to move, you let me know.
We're going to take a phone call, then I got to take a break. But go ahead.
I appreciate the phone calls, everybody, because I really have forgotten I can't remember most of everything we did. And I'll tell you why. It's because I was exhausted. And you get up early, and then you have your whole day goes by, and then you go to bed, and that's when all your memories get filed in your brain.
Yeah.
And
that's
because it
right.
was so early in the day and so much happened afterwards, I believe that is why I don't remember. Like, it's like, you guys remember when we interviewed, somebody huge? And I'm like, no, I don't remember talking to them at all. I forgot everything about the show.
Wow.
I pretty much don't remember this.
Let's go to the phone lines. Hey, you're on the air with Buzz
crazy.
and Harvey. That's you.
Boys, I wasn't going to miss this for anything in the world.
For
you
nothing?
What's going on, guys?
People can actually come here to the Dixie Cafe and watch if they want to.
Yeah, drop by. They'll autograph something.
I'll autograph your hoe cake.
This is your long lost buddy, master's degree Scott.
Oh, that's who it is. Hey, Scotty.
Throw some big words at us, man. What's it like?
Man,
This is for Clumptuous.
I don't know any big words anymore, man. I'm kind of got off of my course here, man.
Well, the verisimilitude of our projection is quite scrumptious.
Scott worked with us for years, man.
Yes, he did.
What a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Man, I enjoyed the Fiesta Bowl story. That's what regaled me on my drive to lunch.
I didn't want to. I don't know why we had to bring that up.
Regulation? Yeah, some regulation.
Well,
going
you
on.
were there. You were there from the beginning. You were there, Scott, when all this thing started, and we were kind of doing our show. We were hunkered down a little bit. We were afraid to go outside, and we didn't know what was. But things kind of took off there back in '98, didn't they? What was your perspective on it? Besides, I got to get me a show.
Man, it's just like you said before. It was a laugh fest every day. I mean, that was the last time that I got a really good belly laugh, I guess. It was original, and you guys just had chemistry, and that's what it took to make it successful.
I remember people saying that they were late going into work, they were late going into school because they would be sitting in their car going, "I got to hear the rest of this. I can't."
Yep.
You know.
Can you imagine if
No,
we'd
you can't
actually?
miss it.
It was a great show, and I'm super proud of it. I can only imagine how good it would have been had we ever actually put any effort into it, or preparation, or any kind of discipline.
Me and this guy actually did.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? You should have let
We
me
were there
know.
at 5 o'clock. Yeah.
What did y'all do from? I know the coffee was done when I got there, but what did you guys do from 5 to 6?
Here's what it was. It was
Wait a minute, really? What did you do?
This was the parallel. We were running a restaurant, and Buzz was the entertainment. So we had to prep and cook and wait on the tables, and he would just show up and do a little song and dance and then run in the back.
Well,
There's a great song and dance. I'm not taking away
Yeah,
from the song.
exactly.
But he had the ability to just work on the fly.
On the
like
fly,
that.
yeah.
I didn't have that kind of talent. I had to kind of plan things out. I'm not a real quick-witted kind of a guy. I got to have a little bit of planning ahead of time.
no.
But he was.
Oh, please.
You are so.
Yes, please.
You're,
Oh, my goodness.
you are faster than me
Oh, yes.
and definitely faster than Brad.
Well, who's not faster than that guy?
I don't know. I try to beat him to those hoe cakes.
I don't know.
I bet you'd be surprised.
Quit calling that girl that. You have no idea.
Hey, Scott, thanks for calling, buddy. We got to roll. I got to take a break.
Man, I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, man.
All right.
See
We
you,
miss
buddy.
you, brother.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, that's a master's degree, Scott. Wow. A blast from the past. All right, more of the Buzz and Harvey reunion show coming up.
All right.
Oh, that's okay.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah. This is the Buzz. See, I'm not used to being with you guys. I'm not used to being the one coming back for the breaks and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're supposed to be doing the. You're the anchor here. This is your show.
Well, this is where it was bad because Buzz and I would get into it often
with it.
over whatever the topic was. Whatever the topic was, we would try to pick topics where we had opposite opinions. Just so we could
and I
blow
just
it
want
up.
to say, Harvey, it's been 21 years since we began that show, and we
Yeah.
talked about a lot of things, and we talked about a lot of issues, and we both were intelligent people who had different perspectives. And after all this time, and after growing up a little bit and thinking about it, I could tell you one thing for sure. You were wrong about all that stuff, and I was always right about every single thing.
I was about to
right,
say the
and you were-
exact same thing.
Yeah, well, I figured.
So things have never changed. But here's it. So we had. I mean, we would clash every day, and then
In a good-natured way.
when this guy came in, when Opie would come in, we would both turn our sights to him.
We got tired of going after each other.
And it was brutal, man. I just got to tell you,
You
took
were such a
beating.
good sport. You took some shots.
Well, it was part of the show.
It
man.
was.
I mean,
It-
that was
Good
the
Lord.
shtick, man. I mean, it was.
I
And-
think about some of the stuff we used to say and do, and I feel bad about it now.
Very bad.
It was awful.
yeah, but at 10 o'clock, we were all friends.
Obviously,
You know, that's the thing.
It was like a wrestling match.
Yeah.
you know?
obviously
It
that
was-
therapy worked because here you are,
Yeah, here I am.
years and years of. It did get very brutal because I mean, look, Harvey alone could just destroy anybody he decides to verbally. He can do that, and I could if I
Oh, yeah,
really put my mind
you were
to
good
it.
at it. You were good at
but
it.
both of us going back and forth, tag teaming on you. It was like the sheep herders, just one after the other.
Let's go to the phone lines, guys. Hey, you're on the air with Buzz and Harvey.
Oh, man, this is making my heart happy to hear this again, guys. Super fan. I've been actually bugging these two guys for about a year to be on my little podcast just for little, like, nostalgia, just my own selfish reasons. And just hearing it right now, it just takes me back. You know, y'all talked about missing school. You know, I probably had more sick days in high school than I'm surprised. I don't even want to mention they might take my diploma away. But, yeah, there were times that I broke my arm in 9th grade, and I was so happy because I got a week off of school, and I got to listen to Buzz and Harvey every morning.
It paid off to be a klutz.
This is before the internet really took off and people had stuff to do.
Yeah.
This is Richard, by the way. Richard, thank you for calling in. He
You did a podcast for
He has a
him, right?
fantastic podcast.
Yeah.
He talks about wrestling but a lot of other stuff. But he devoted an episode to doing an interview with me, and I guess you blew him off. And
He didn't pay any
It's
Well, he
money.
didn't call me.
it's called P1 Radio, right? Where can people find that
P3 Radio.
podcast? P3 Radio. I'm
Well,
sorry.
it's on.
I have it on my phone.
It's everywhere. I mean,
Everywhere podcasts
well,
are
you know,
sold.
listening to you guys this morning, I feel like, man, I really suck at this. I really need to get back to, like, I'm telling you guys were my heroes at this.
You need an
but
Opie
it's called
is what you
P3
need.
Radio.
You need a Brad McCoy. You need an Opie because we needed that too. I don't know. You got two people in there.
Well,
You need
it-
three people, obviously, to start with, and then you just really
Well,
give them a hard time.
Yeah, you got to have that third person. You really do. Yeah.
Apparently.
So
Yeah.
Richard, since you're a big wrestling fan, you can see kind of the parallel I was trying to make there, right? About how that's kind of how we staged it, you know?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you guys actually had wrestlers on, and I used to love it when Bill Dundee. Bill Dundee, I got into wrestling. He was one of my trainers, and I used to love it when y'all have Bill Dundee call in, and y'all give him the business, and y'all even had like Mick Foley and a few other big guys, that would call in. So, yeah, the parallels to wrestling were very close.
I even had a wrestling alter ego. My wrestling nickname was the baby-faced scoundrel.
Oh, we did wrestle once.
Yeah.
Yes,
we did.
When I had blue hair, we had a nice wrestling match
At Pringles Park.
It
That's
went
right.
good. I wish I had a video. Of
Yeah,
it.
and I had you beat, too, as a matter of
It
fact.
didn't work out that way, did
Well,
it?
I had you beat in the middle of the ring.
Well, the way I recall it, there was a 1, 2, 3, and my hand was raised.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah.
that was a
yeah,
long,
Harv,
long
what about
time
that?
ago.
What about that, Harv?
I was out of town.
He wasn't even there.
There was a
What are you
masked
talking
man that looked.
about? I wish there was a tape so Harvey could finally see, especially that ending.
Yeah. Some guy came out of the stands with a guitar, smashed me on the back with it.
Yeah.
Stunned me,
Well,
rolls me over, and just lays Buzz's arm on me.
He happened to be wearing a luchador mask, so we'll never know who that was.
No, I got an idea who it was.
But it wasn't.
I was out of town.
Well, that's
so I
what
don't
you
know.
say.
Maybe
I
it
don't
was
know.
Handsome Jimmy. Maybe it was Bill Dundee. Richard, where were you that day?
Yeah, Richard.
I was probably there, actually. I tried to go to as many things as I could, but I was still a teenager, and I couldn't drive yet.
That was
But
when I had blue hair.
I tried to get my mom to bring me to all of these.
Wow.
I had blue hair at the time, which was a horrible mistake. I don't know what I was thinking with that. It was great when you were on the radio and I was being Buzz. I'm a rock star radio guy. But then I would go to pick up my daughter at daycare, and they would just see this guy with blue hair walks in.
You had to show 3 forms of ID to
Yeah,
to
we're
get
not
her
going
out
to give
of
you
there.
a child to take home.
You'd be on the no pickup list now.
Yeah.
So what else, Rich?
We got a vicar coming in. He's we need to get hold of this guy.
Got blue hair.
What was your favorite thing we ever did, Richard? Because I don't remember it. Whatever.
And
it
I
was.
told you, I think I told you that there was this one time that, well, it wasn't one time, y'all played it a lot, but still burned in my memory is the song Buzzin' Harvey, Flamethrower Chili. And I still have that in my head. Every time I see the chili aisle at the grocery store, it's like
It was a
I
great
start singing
chili.
the Buzzin' Harvey song.
That was a great chili.
That was
man.
a great theme song too by some good friends of ours.
Jason. Who was the guy that did it? Jason,
I don't want to say
Josh,
the wrong
something like-
name.
yeah, I think
so.
that's right.
And my memory is terrible, but they did a great. And we played that song. We played that commercial about every two minutes on the radio for Buzz and Harvey Flamethrower Chili, and we were so excited that Kelly's Foods coordinated with us to release a chili in the stores, and it was fantastic.
And
It
hey,
really-
it wasn't just a chili with a label that we slapped on there. I mean, we really went through the whole
and the
recipe
idea,
process.
and the
Right, it
idea
was
was that we would get a cut of the profits,
Yeah.
which was never quite discussed about what our percentage would be. Turns out our percentage was 0.0.
Right.
But it was worth it because the chili was
It
delicious.
didn't cost us nothing.
Well, we didn't even get that much free chili.
No, we
We
didn't.
got a couple cases.
It was good. I still got some.
Do you? I don't have any.
I have some in a can, but you can't eat it. It's too old to eat now. But here's where we screwed up on the chili.
Really?
I had this idea that the chili should be called flamethrower. You know, I like really, really hot foods. So we called it this flamethrower chili. And what I've learned as I've gotten older is most people don't like food that's that hot.
Right.
And it wasn't even as hot as the label suggested. But a lot of people were turned off from that chili, and it stacked up at the Kelly's Foods, I suppose, is why we didn't get paid.
Probably so.
But it was great to have a
It
chili
was
can.
delicious, though, man.
It
It's really
was.
good.
It was very, very good.
Richard, did you eat some of the chili back in the day?
I never could find it. They didn't sell it out South
They
Jackson.
had a whole pallet of it on an end cap at Kroger one time. That must have been the last of it.
That was it right
Should
there.
have bought the whole pallet. Could have sold it.
It was right next to the toilet paper.
See, if we had some of that now, this is how we could monetize. Richard, how can we make money off of our legacy and our tapes and our we don't even have that many tapes. How do you think we can make
there
some?
has to be a way.
I mean, you're making
There has to be a
thousands of dollars a week off your podcast, right?
way. Sure. No, there has to be a way.
Congratulations.
Way to go, man.
All right.
I'll be.
No, I think
Merchandising. That's what you got to do. You got to sell T-shirts. You got to sell chili. I mean, we could do it ourselves now. You could do private label. It's easy.
Yeah.
Are you on a
Kelly's-
delay or something? Why are you taking so long to respond?
He's
Richard?
loving what we're doing. He's enjoying the show.
There's a delay.
well, there's a slight delay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Cool.
Because I was
But
wondering.
yeah, I mean, there is a way y'all can monetize this. You already have a name value in Jackson, so I think there's money there, guys. That's on the table.
I'm just
I know
trying to sell
people in their
audiobooks.
cars like me.
Audiobooks.
People in the
BuzzBlackburn.com.
car-
The Find.
Well, all right, Richard.
All right,
Thank
Richard.
you. So kind.
Thanks
So
for calling, man.
Thank
Good to
you,
hear from
guys.
you.
It's been a pleasure.
All right,
Enjoying
buddy.
it.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. That's how you do it. If you'd like to call, 678-931-9857.
We were-
678-931-9857.
We were his UT Vols, Brad. What they mean to you, he meant.
I
we meant to
guess.
him.
This
I was
listener-
his Peyton Manning, and you were his Tim. What's the other guy? Tim Hornet. Who's the guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Tim Hornet.
Yeah.
You were his Tim Hornet.
Yeah, that's it.
And you were Phil Fulmer, I guess.
Well, I kind of favored him a little bit.
There you go. That's a nice thing.
This listener says, y'all were like Keghorn Leghorn cartoon.
Foghorn Leghorn, you mean?
Foghorn Leg. Well, I'm just reading.
Keghorn Leghorn?
I'm just reading
Keghorn.
what he wrote.
Darn autocorrect.
Ask Buzz and Harvey, can they talk like Churnin' Charlie?
Good old Charlie. Oh, we miss Charlie. Where you at, Charlie?
Rock and roll, rock
Ah,
and roll,
rock
baby.
and roll. Here's a new song. This is Peaches. I'm gonna take a nap now.
But we love old Charlie, man. He was great.
Somebody drop some flour over
Man,
here.
these hoe cakes. The food here at Old Country Store.
Quit calling her
Smells
that.
so delicious. You just want to gobble it all up.
That
hoe
girl,
cakes.
that woman's husband is going to show up and take you
They
down.
call them hoe cakes. That's what the name is, the official Southern name. Learn your Old Country Store terminology.
The Victory Honda text line is 731-410-7560.
Wait a minute. Is that the same number you gave me a minute ago?
No, this is the
It's a
text
text
line.
line.
That's a text
Oh,
line number.
oh.
We have two different. We got a text line and a call-in line.
That's smart.
Well, I hope so.
Why aren't they the same number?
I
That
can't
made more
answer
sense,
that.
wouldn't it?
Well, yeah.
That make it too. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't design any of this
Well,
stuff for radio people. to
Now,
use.
see, we have the smartest listeners in radio, though. They all catch on. You know, they've all caught on. It's everybody. You know, it's all good.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
What is it again?
It is which one?
The text line.
Yeah, the text. Get
All
the
right,
text.
it's
line.
731-410-7560.
What does that spell? Does it spell something?
I-
Like text?
Text.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
TXTOPIE.
That'd be smart. Text us or something. They just come up with numbers. They have no... Do you guys think about this at all ahead of time? Or you
Radio's
just-
dumb.
What? Yes, we thought about what
Phones
the,
are dumb.
the call-in line.
This is
I mean,
hard. This is not-
93.1 WTJS.
You're so proud of that 6, 7, 8.
I am. Look,
They're in a row.
no, I got the number for the
1, 2, 3. It's got to be 6, 7, 8.
I got the number for the call-in line. I did that.
Oh, okay. That's why.
I thought
I'm sorry.
I thought it was genius.
I didn't
Yes,
realize.
no, you're
Yeah,
right.
6, 7,
is
8's
brilliant.
easy to remember. I
It
mean, you
is.
just count. 6,
I can
7,
do that
8.
part, but the rest of it,
931. We're on 93.1.
And then
Okay, and then
I get it.
WTJS, the legendary call letters in West Tennessee.
That is pretty cool.
Those-
Yeah, you guys stole those. Another radio station used to have
no, we
those.
didn't steal them.
It's more like you found a bag of money on the ground, right?
That's right. we just wandered up on them. Yeah, those call letters have been in this area since 1931.
Well, call letters are not something that modern radio executives
you're right.
put a lot of stock or
you are exactly
value
right.
in, and I think they might be mistaken about that because there are a lot of old people who still pay attention to that sort of thing.
Who's around now that was around in 1931 listening to radio?
We got this from the Victory Honda text line. Dear Buzz, Harvey, and Opie, I've often said that Brad McCoy was the best kept radio secret in town, and then yesterday I found out he was Opie for the 90s. There's nothing new under the sun. You guys are killers.
Killers. Never convicted.
So they didn't know.
Evidently, they didn't know. Wow, and I know who that is.
That's a good one.
And they didn't know you were Opie.
I'm
You were
around
the
him a
official
lot.
Opie.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
Wow.
see, people. I don't think people made the connection with me when I was doing my Guess What's in Buzz's Cooler game. That's all I got when I went everywhere. They wouldn't say, "Hey, Buzz and Harvey Buzz." They'd say, "Hey, Buzz, what's in the cooler?"
What's in the cooler?
You know, and I'd go, "Nothing today." Thanks.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Hey, good morning. You're on the air with Buzz and Harvey.
And Opie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Darla calling. How are y'all today?
The gang's all here.
Hey, Darla, how are you?
I took my lunch early so I could listen to you guys. It's like old times.
Yep.
It's like back in the day. Yeah, Darla.
Except when we did the show
Back in the
before,
day.
there weren't people eating lunch like 20 feet from us.
I know.
Oh, no. We were getting kids off to school and having breakfast and stuff like that. So nice to hear you guys all back together and everything like that.
Good to hear
Great
your voice.
memories.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great music.
Thank Brad for having us on.
What else?
Someone asked me,
That's
like, are we
very
going to play
nice.
music? Like, are we going to play all the old tunes while we're here? Like that we used to play, like Vertical Horizon or
Loving the elevator. At 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, we'd be playing Guns N' Roses.
Well,
it was crazy.
we played all that late 90s
It's nuts.
alternative music, which has kind of disappeared off the musical
Yeah.
map.
Yeah.
The Creed and
Yep.
Fuel and Semisonic and Fastball. Remember that song? They made up their minds and they started packing. Remember that song?
I do.
You never hear
Yeah.
that song anymore. It's
No.
good songs. We
No.
played some good tunes. They're just totally closing time. Every new
Semisonic.
beginning comes from some other beginning. Come on, Darla, sing with me.
Squirrel nut zippers.
Oh, no, I don't know that one.
I know. Can you sing at Old Country Store? Do they mind?
Oh, okay. I
We're
have
on
music here all the
stage.
time, man.
Speaking of music, my band, the Buzz Kings, will be appearing at the Doodle Soup Festival, Doodle Soup Days Festival in Bradford on October 28th,
gonna do
along
it?
with Mike Harrison and the High Score, and Resurrection, a Journey tribute. It's a free show. Bring your lawn chairs to
Doodle
City
Soup
Park.
Festival. I know where that is. They have the washer pitching contest there. every
I don't
year.
know. They have some darn good
I was-
soup. And
I
you know
was-
me, Harvey. I love all soups.
You do. I was disappointed when I first went to the Doodle Soup Festival. I was like, when is the washer pitching thing happening? And it was like, I thought it was like a washing machine. I want to see these guys tossing
Big
these
giant dudes come out. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going for a 200-pound whirlpool here today. This will be a new personal record. This one's got a wet blanket in it. Look out. Cheating.
You ain't done that. This here on a spin cycle. I'm gonna throw this in a spin cycle.
You ever see that YouTube video
That's what I
where
thought
somebody
it was.
put a brick or something in a they put something heavy in a washing machine
It
and
just
turned
tears
it
it
on
all
and
to
it just
pieces.
completely disintegrates? I love that video.
destroys
That's a metaphor for my life.
There's a video, no kidding, on YouTube. There's a video of a guy who has made a chicken defeatherer out of a
Put a
washing machine.
chicken in a washing machine? That's wrong.
You put the chicken in there, and it turns it on. It comes out. All the feathers are
Alive?
gone. No, after it's dead. Well, it's dead when it comes out. I don't know if it's alive when it goes in.
They call
I have no
PETA. That's
idea.
awful.
I mean, I've heard of a frog in a blender, but never a chicken in a washing machine.
We're trying to. People are trying to eat here, Harvey.
Darla, what's your favorite memory of Buzz and Harvey?
Our rock solid abs.
I think she's gone.
No, she's still there. She's thinking.
No, I'm still here. I'm making myself. So no, I just remember one time you had a contest, and it was to win tickets for, what's that rapper name? And you had to do a country rap. I've embarrassed myself on the radio station so
Wow.
many times and stuff like that. Yeah, I did LL Cool J.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, it was fun stuff, but no.
It was.
Great memories. I wish you were all together. I consider you all friends.
Well, thank
And
you,
I'll see you
sweetheart.
next year at
Same
the
here.
Strawberry Festival.
Always good to
All right,
to
take
hear
care.
from you. All right, girl. See
All
you
right.
later.
Thank you, Darla. We appreciate
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
Darla. She's
Saw,
a sweetie.
saw Darla a few times at Crown Winery.
There
over
were
the
so
years.
many friends that we still have now that started out as listeners that we would meet at events
We
or
met
whatever.
some very cool. Well, there
Yeah.
weren't that many. Look, this is West Tennessee. There weren't that many cool people around, especially in the late '90s. And
7.
I think we met them all.
There were 7.
So high out there.
Somebody says, do you still have a closet full of Buzz and Harvey chili?
I have one. I have like 6 cans myself.
I got about that. About that. Yeah.
And if it gets any warmer, they're just going to explode.
This listener says, Harvey has been a friend for a long time. Wish I could be there for lunch today. Never knew that you were Opie.
Wow.
Wow. I know. It's crazy.
Like people forget.
Yep.
People don't pay attention.
This listener says, I remember when you guys would give dating advice. You never you never scored me a girl, but I did get a couple of
Cattle?
tros filed against me.
Oh.
Couple
okay.
of what filed?
Tros?
Tros.
T-R-O-S?
TR.
I don't know. This one says, this is
Do
great,
not
guys.
resuscitates.
This is great, guys. Come back on a permanent basis. I would sponsor it. Funny
Okay.
and entertaining. We've got 2 of those
Write
so
that.
far.
Write these people
Oh,
down.
I got 'em.
You need to call them. We need some
Yeah, I'm
ads.
saying, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've
got 2 sponsors already.
We'll show up for cash and hoe cakes.
You
Quit
put the
calling
number
her there.
Oh, this one's got some good advice. Put the numbers in your phone, then you don't have to remember them. Yeah,
Well,
put
that's
them in
why
your
I kept
contacts.
repeating it.
Yes.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, it's a good
I'll
idea.
do that. Thanks for the advice, jackass.
You mean you can save it on your phone?
Oh, I didn't know that. This listener's
Well, we are truly living in an age of miracles.
Save it. Oh, that's what that word "save" means.
It is
Save it.
It is a land.
Man.
We're living in a land of wonders. First microwave popcorn. Now you can save numbers on your phone. By God,
That's crazy right there. Thank you, man.
they
for the
coming
advice.
to America today. They coming to America.
Oh my goodness. I'm hurting over here.
Where's our gunshots when you need
Woo,
them?
I'm telling you. This listener says the funniest thing back in the day on Buzz, Harvey, and Jerry show was when Buzz would play the Munchkin music whenever Jerry wasn't listening.
I had to quit doing that.
She got so mad about
Jerry,
that.
our
man.
partner Jerry,
She's so
who's-
sweet.
who I let her know about this today. Apparently, Brad didn't invite her, but it's your show. I didn't want to presume. She was a delightful
That
lady.
was kind of rude.
She was the only one that could go toe to toe with us. She was tough, man.
She
But-
was.
but she was quite the diminutive, very attractive lady. It still is. My goodness.
Yeah, and-
stunning,
but she was
stunning.
short.
But she is quite short. She's
And she would punch you, man. She would.
that's the
punch
thing.
so
And then we would
hard.
have some fun with the fact that she was short. And when we would talk about her being short, I would pull up the music and play "We Represent the Lollipop Guild."
Oh, she got so
we thought
mad.
that was funny, and you thought it was hilarious.
It was not funny,
I was
man.
sitting next to her, and every time I would play that, she would punch me as hard as she could in
mean-
the arm, in my right arm. I still have a knot there,
She could punch.
so I had to quit doing that.
She could
She was a
punch,
little
man.
gal, man, and she you know, these little folks, they learn how to fight, and they don't hold back.
They got like it's because their arms are shorter. Their muscles are like already tense.
It's yeah. There's
Okay.
some kind of
So
athletic science
It's
behind
like a
that.
pneumatic kind of a
explosiveness.
thing. A pow. It was-
Woo, it hurt. It hurt bad. So I quit after a while.
She's the greatest. She's the greatest.
All right, I want to save this
I'm
one.
glad you got to laugh.
Yeah.
I got pain.
This one,
Permanent disfigurement. I still can't write my name on my left. I have to learn how to write my left hand.
temporary restraining
Among other
orders.
Oh, I got you.
TROs.
TROs.
Yeah.
Oh, I only
temporary
go.
restraining
I only
orders.
go for the permanent ones myself.
This listener says today was the day that 93.1 was born. So that's
wow.
good.
That's sweet.
Didn't you know WTJS has been here since 1930?
1931. Legendary.
They had wax
You know what?
tubes that they broadcasted. through.
And I know
They broadcast in Braille.
Today, probably going to rain.
Oh, the humanity!
Now sports.
Oh, the humanity!
I have that handy. I should have brought my.
You know, I didn't
computer.
realize why that. You know, we're talking about the Hindenburg broadcast. The reason that sounds so weird, I found out the other day, is because it was at the wrong speed. That's not what the guy really sounded like.
Right.
You
It's
have
like
to
when you
slow
watch
it
an old
down.
movie and everybody's moving real fast,
Yeah.
like Keystone
Oh,
Cops.
the humanity.
He was actually like,
Oh, the humanity.
I can't say where we stayed on vacation.
you know what we would have been on the radio saying at the time? We would have been like, you can't make a balloon out of freaking hydrogen. What are you, stupid?
Where'd
Stupid.
they go to school? Alabama?
Dumb.
Auburn.
Oh, don't get him started.
We were looking at the Ginn School of Engineering just yesterday. They have a fine. They're not actually ranked in the top 50 for engineering schools. I just found out.
Okay.
Darn it.
Who, Auburn's not?
It's like MIT and then blah, 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 blah. But Alabama shows up on there, which shocked us all very much.
Engineer?
Apparently, Little Buzz is going to be an engineer. We'll see. He's a smart kid.
That'd be cool.
He
Think
ain't no
he-
little Buzz. That joker's
Oh, he's
tall,
taller
man.
than me, man. But he likes to mow yards and play Xbox. That's pretty much what he's into.
Well, as most are, I guess, about that age, I
That
guess.
would be a great video game. Yard mowing.
Yard
tried-
mowing.
I tried to grow him
I
up,
like
and make
it.
him a nerd like me, and he just didn't take. He's just a regular. He's a man. He's like a manly man.
All right, here's one. I've told this story a time or two. If y'all remember, you remember the time y'all scared Opie with the snake? Do you remember that?
Which
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
There's some folks that brought by a
Yeah.
bunch of snakes one time.
snake.
That's the one time I let
Yes.
a python, big yellow python, get
Yeah.
on my shoulders, and I
Yeah.
was somehow cool with it. I don't like spiders, but boy, they wanted to do that with you, and you weren't having it.
That's the.
I don't think you were there that
I
day.
cussed on the air. That
Were
was
you there that day, Harvey? I don't think you were there.
I wasn't there that day.
I had a snake on me, didn't I? Can
Yeah,
you confirm I,
did
actually
too.
did?
Yeah.
You did let them put the snake
after,
on?
Yeah. By the time they left,
Wow.
I actually had it. And the thing is, when they put it, they put the snake over my shoulder, over my neck, and
These were
immediately,
huge snakes.
and immediately the snake's head just went straight for my neck. Oh gosh, I was But I remember when they pulled up,
Smelled that gravy
They
on
had
you,
them
though.
like in a bag, didn't they? Wasn't they?
I believe that.
Yeah, they were.
I don't remember what
And when
they
he
were
pulled it out, I said a word and took off down the hallway.
But see, that's the thing. If we found out you were scared of something or you had some
Yeah.
kind of phobia, we would just drill on it, man. I remember Master's Degree Scott was scared of mice,
Oh gosh, yes.
and we put that mouse in his desk drawer.
And we set up a microphone just waiting till he got there. He got there a couple hours after the show began. And he was in his office for a good 15 minutes before he finally opened that drawer.
We couldn't wait. We were like, and it was a live mouse. I mean, it wasn't a dead mouse. It was a real mouse.
Yes,
man.
it was.
And we came in. He was standing on top of his desk, saying every cuss word you can imagine. I mean, he invented cuss words, man.
They have this thing for radio professionals called a delay box. It's a digital box that you have a button on it, a delay button.
Yeah.
People who are listening get the concept. Like if you're live on the air and you say a bad word, you
Right.
hit that and instantly the last 8 seconds is erased and you go live and it builds it back up and it's really cool. We didn't have one of those because those cost good money. Those cost like $3,000, right? And we didn't have. We didn't.
No,
have
I
that.
remember
No.
you-
We were on a budget.
I remember Buzz.
You know what? You know what though? We were thinking, would we rather spend $3,000 or just distribute it amongst ourselves and just try not to say the bad words on the radio?
I remember you though. Some guy called in and said the S word on the air, and I remember you went off on him. I mean, you pulled your mic down, but you
Even though I'd said worse.
you were screaming at him. You never call this radio station again. Blah,
Is that
blah,
what I
blah.
said?
Oh gosh, yes, man. You just went.
Well,
you
we
went
tried
off
to
on
set.
him.
We tried to set the standard at that point.
Well,
Yeah.
I did want them to get a good tongue lashing because, let's face it, that was our livelihood.
Yeah.
That was our job.
That's right.
And we didn't want to go drive a truck, so that was me saying, "Hey, buddy, you're messing with our."
Yeah.
That's our kids' supper you're messing with when you
That-
try to
it's very
sneak
accurate.
one in on us. And like this
Right.
is no joke. You can call in and have fun, but buddy, like you don't go up on the ball field and try to kick that ball out from under Tim Hunter or whoever it was that was playing.
Guys, it's high noon. We're halfway through the show. Buzz and Harvey reunion show will continue right after this.
Alamo, the talk of Jackson.
All right. As a story I got to tell when you go ahead with your.
Oh no,
Don't we have to do a siren or a top of the hour ID?
we
or-
did. We just did. Yeah, we just played it. We're all legal.
Who is that guy that does the talk of Jackson? There's no W in the word talk.
Talk.
He's aware of that.
That is Steve Hilton. You know Steve.
Steve's got a great voice.
He does.
Oh,
He got some
Steve.
pipes.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Nice guy.
I was gonna say you should give me the gig, and because I'm a professional voiceover artist now.
So you
Yeah,
would
he
say-
works for
you would
free.
You
say
can learn
talk.
about it at buzzblackbird.com. So I was hoping you could.
You
but,
work
but
for
no,
free?
I don't. No, I don't work for
Okay.
free, and,
All right.
and,
Well,
I,
you're
and
out.
also I like Steve.
Would you say talk?
Steve's a friend of mine, so I don't want to mess.
Would you say talk or would you say talk?
Well, considering
Talk.
where we are, I'd probably say talk with Jackson. Come
Talk
on,
with
y'all
Jackson.
call us right now. Give us a text.
Call us
on
at
your-
678. Blah, blah, blah.
get on your texting machine and send us a text up here. You can do it at what is it again? You can call us at 678-931-9857,
That's right.
So when we were doing
or on your rotary phone, that's 6 7.
oh, and when your finger would slip out if it was one of the big numbers in your finger,
gosh.
and I got to start all over.
Ah, yes.
You could beat a grown man to death with one of those handheld devices, one of those old
Oh,
phones.
yeah. Heck yeah, man.
I had one of those moments the other day where the internet was a little slow,
Yeah.
and I was just hot. I was just cussing, and my wife was like, "What are you mad about over there?" And I'm like, "Oh, my 1 gig going both ways internet is not as fast as I would like it to be right this second. I can't watch 5 different things on 6 different devices at the same time,
Right.
and I'm mad." It's like we take so much of our conveniences for granted, and all
no
this
doubt.
technology we get.
So when we were doing the radio show back in the day, it literally was in a single wide trailer, and we called it. What was it? No, it was a double.
It was a double wide.
It was
But
double wide.
we called it
Come
a
on, man.
We call it a modular unit is what it was officially called, but that's what it was, and we loved it.
Nope, and people would listen to our
It
show.
was
They have
great.
no idea that it was so jury-rigged and duct-taped together.
Oh, dude, it
But
was
it worked.
crazy.
It worked.
It worked.
It
What
was
was on
crazy.
the air is what mattered.
Yep.
If you could pick us up, you could enjoy it.
We didn't even have the fancy thing like they've got here where you can press a button and then the caller is on the air. We had literally a speakerphone with a microphone close to the speaker.
Yeah.
So you could hear the caller. I mean, it was, and on the microphone there was tell me if I'm lying, there was a sponge held on with a rubber band.
Yes, it was.
So it would, I don't know.
So that when I would
why
hit-
was that even on there?
So that when we would hit the
line.
line to answer the thing, it wouldn't make a banging
Oh,
sound.
okay, all right, gotcha.
And the microphone would
all right.
could stay right up against the phone. But it worked.
So every now and then in this modular unit, things would break. And there was a guy named Lee that the boss would call. Lee, can you come out here and fix such and such? And there was one. We had a
Lee
long.
was cheap.
He was. We had a long
That's why I
standing
used him.
fun thing. Every time Opie would go to the bathroom, we would start a timer. Do you remember this?
No.
Buzz would. He had a sound effect of a ticking clock.
Oh, yeah,
And we would
yeah.
start a timer because he would go. Opie would go
own
to the
company
bathroom,
time.
and he would be in there for 15, 20 minutes, and we were always like, "What are you doing in there?" Well, Lee, the exhaust fan in the bathroom. The exhaust fan in the bathroom, which is really important.
Yeah,
It went
is.
out. It broke.
Because if you're doing the deuce, you
Uh-huh.
want that odor to be
Yeah.
sucked out of there. Well,
And there's just a cheap fan that came in a double wide, so it broke.
it broke, and so hey, Lee, you need to come on out here and fix the fan in the bathroom
Come fix it quick.
because it ain't sucking out the smell and everything. So come on out here. Well, Lee comes out there, and Lee was a character. He was a jack of all trades, a little bit of everything. So
he was
went up
good
there.
at fixing stuff.
He was, except for this one time, because he
He
apparently
made one little mistake.
one mistake. He got the wires crossed or put the fan in wrong or something. So now instead of sucking the air out, it's blowing. And Opie goes in after the fix. Opie goes in for one of his 15, 20-minute sabbaticals.
Which is
Yeah.
usually not a problem for the rest of us because
Yeah.
know we don't have to deal
don't
with
have
it.
to
It goes
deal with
right
it.
out the top of the building.
Right,
Yeah.
not a
But in this
problem.
case,
In this case,
there was a little space underneath the door of the bathroom.
and he had no idea. And so
so there was good airflow that day.
we're a good 30, 40 feet away in other rooms, and we start looking around going, is that you? Did you?
And I'm like, no, something died.
what the
is-
heck?
what
What
the
is
heck?
that?
That's somebody. We're looking for critters, and it's like
was
there's a
so-
raccoon in here.
Something is dead, and it turns out that's what it was. He had the fan blowing the wrong
It took us a
way.
while. It
Yeah.
took us some.
We finally
it took
figured
some Columbo level detective work to even figure out what the heck was actually going
You
on.
had a bathroom incident too, because I went into the bathroom after you once, and in the garbage can there was a Big Mac wrapper.
That don't surprise me.
I was like,
At
who
all.
sits on the toilet
I like to eat them while they're hot, man.
with a Big Mac going in one end and a McRib coming out the other?
You got.
Who does that? This guy.
I was having a McPoop.
That's a True story.
Oh my goodness!
You know what they say, you know? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm loving it.
So it was almost like it was a radio station.
We did talk about our bathroom
it was a frat house. It was the most unusual experience that we've ever had. And I think you've said, I heard on the podcast, you were like, I didn't even realize what we were doing was just like so unusual that we could do that.
We didn't know how to do any other kind of radio show besides that. That was what we had to do.
That was all right. Going back to the baling wire and duct tape.
Yeah.
Things in the studio. This listener says, always wondered how you guys played the sound effects. Did you have a special board that had them built in, or was it a disc and timing?
Oh, Lord.
It was on.
That depends
it
on
was
the
on
timing.
carts, wasn't it?
Some of it.
Yeah.
Early on.
All right, there's two different ways. Some of them were on these things called carts, which is short for cartridges, which were basically 8-track tapes, but they were made for radio, and there was a machine where you could hit a button, and it would play it right then, and it would re-cue it, and it would play it over and over and over again. It's a pretty cool machine. Worked better than the way I tried to do it. But later on, I had so many of them that I just had them in a computer file, and I played them off of, back in the day, I had a computer that was just for that, and played them off of, I would just select the file and play it off of Windows Media Player or something.
I think it was more fun when it was carts, though.
Yeah, way more fun. Way more fun.
Because they were on a
Speaking
rotating
of carts,
carousel, and you had to sling it around, and there'd be a label printed on there that would say.
And at least once a year,
whatever.
you'd knock the cart rack over, and 1,000 carts would be on the floor. But I grew up listening to that radio with carts. People ask me, what did you listen to growing up? The only radio show I ever enjoyed growing up was the Woody and Harvey show with this man right here. And that was what I heard when I was in high school. So all I was trying to do was to recreate some of the magic that I enjoyed growing up with Steve Woody Wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. And I remember listening
Rest in
to
peace.
Woody and Harvey.
Yeah, those were
back in the
those were
day.
great. Those were great times
And it was
too.
a very
It
different
was.
show from what we did a different kind of show.
Yeah,
because
right.
Woody was a good-natured, wonderful human being.
Yeah, unlike
and he was
unlike
replaced
us.
by. Then there was me, so it was a little different. But
And the times were different. The music was different. It was just, we wanted to change the direction a little bit.
But he played all those great things off of carts.
That's what started it.
Is the carts of the "You a lie, you just a lie," the "On the Phone with Tyrone," and so many. I loved it so much. And same deal. I would get up and enjoy that. But I wouldn't get up early.
One of the things that I remember about Buzz is his ability to, like, the character voices that he would do, and he would actually act like one of the characters had called in on the phone, and he would actually be talking into the phone as one character, and then into the mic has another character, and could go back and forth.
I was in the mic as myself.
Yeah, I mean, it was, but it was amazing that you could do that, and the timing and everything. That's the one thing about you guys. You two guys had great timing. I mean, we're seeing it even right now. 20 years later, y'all hadn't done this together in 15 or 20 years, and the timing was just incredible.
Well, can you tell me what the most? Isn't that the most important thing in comedy? Timing.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think he's talking about it's more.
That didn't work.
It's more challenging when you got two people because it is like a dance. You have to let this one take their step.
We
and then
tag
this one take
teamed.
their
I call
step.
it tag. I think we tag teamed. Is what we did.
I agree. Yeah.
And you were like the referee, Brad. But I do like doing characters, and I do a lot of them in my series of audiobooks that are available at buzzblackburn.com. If somebody signs up via the links on buzzblackburn.com and they get an Audible subscription, I get like $75. No, listen. If somebody clicks through the links on my website and they then get an audio subscription,
This one here.
This one,
Yeah.
All right. Now, what's our cut? Before I turn your mic back on again?
$75. That's what I get.
I know you get 75. I'm asking what we're getting.
What we getting? I'm gonna send you an invoice.
You're just a guest here, Harvey. Brad might be worthy of a cut since we're on his air.
All right. So how about those Vols this weekend?
Yeah, they did pretty good there, Harvey. They sure did.
Turn
Too
me
bad Buzz
back
had to
on.
leave early.
Turn me back. Thank you.
Hey, this listener says eating on the toilet is like going to the bank and making a deposit and withdrawal. Totally normal.
It's called multitasking.
Congratulations, sir. That's the text of the day. You get a free audiobook.
Yeah, there you go.
Send me a message at buzzblackburn.com. I will give you a free audiobook.
I have listened to his audiobooks, by the way.
You did?
They are fantastic, yeah.
I'm good at it.
I mean, the voices and it's one thing when you sometimes an audiobook you listen to it and you think, man, this is just boring me to tears because you have to breathe life into it, and you just do a great job at that.
Well, it's hard. It's hard, but it's fun. And it is potentially lucrative. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, could be. All right, guys. I saved this text because I know we've been laughing, having a lot of fun, and I know that we're coming up on the anniversary of 9/11 of 2001. I mean, it's going to be today's September 5th. So
I remember that day.
Yeah, 6 more. Well, this listener says, and I do too. I remember on 9/11 being late to work and hearing about the towers from you guys because we were on the air when it went down.
Of course, everybody remembers where they were, and I guess we were part of some people's remembrance of that day. And, of course, we're just sitting there. This is one day when we might have tried to crack a joke about something at some point during just how crazy it was, making a joke about, just like, what are we on Mars? But, it got deadly serious.
I remember I was incredibly proud of our coverage that day because we did something that was pretty unique. The internet was kind of just getting started as far as traffic, and Drudge Report was around then, and of course all the major networks. And when 9/11 happened, I have several very clear memories of that particular day. When you went to all of those websites, they had all crashed just from the traffic.
Yeah,
they had all crashed.
Cell
so there was
phones.
no way to get information, and all we had in the studio was one little bitty TV over his
13-inch TV
over Buzz's shoulder that I could see in the distance, and he had to turn his shoulder to see. And so I was like, well, how can we get information? Because I was a news hound. I wanted to get the first, and I wanted to have all that stuff. So I went to chat rooms from New York City. So I went to some chat rooms which didn't shut down because everybody was going to the major networks.
So you had stuff that nobody...
We were getting stuff before CNN, NBC, Fox, anybody had.
I remember how I found out this is happening is you sent me, we had this little message thing on the computer that we could basically text each other during the show because we couldn't see each other through our brilliant idea of being in two different studios. I actually made it better. But you just sent me a message that said click on CNN.com. So I went there and it was the tiny picture of one of the towers on fire. This is before the second plane hit.
Right.
And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Wow, can you believe that? Some crazy pilot or some horrible accident. And then we were watching CNN when all the rest of it went down.
Yeah, when the second plane hit us, when we were like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is not some sort of a computer navigation issue. Which is our first thought. Our first thought was and we just thought it was a small plane on the first hit, and we were like, wow, man, that's terrible that happened. It must, some kind of autopilot error, some software issue or something. And then when the second one hit us, when we were all looking at each other like, wait a minute. And then remember, they grounded all the planes. There were no planes flying anywhere. So then we went out on the front porch of the radio station.
Yep.
And I have never heard it as silent. Not before and not since has it ever been as quiet as it was.
The crowd here is pretty quiet here at the Old Country Store right now.
I mean, it was just amazing how there's so much white noise from plane travel and that sort of stuff that you don't even. And of course, nobody was traveling because everybody was around the TV watching, going, "What the heck's going on?" So it was so eerie.
It's such a wild day, a crazy day. It's the kind of thing you only read in novels or listen to in audiobooks, like the kind you can hear right now at buzzblackburn.com. If you click through and order, if you become an Audible subscriber through the link on my website, I get $75. And why not? I'll give you $40 back. I don't care.
I remember you would come in with a new sponsor. He would come in and go, "Hey, we got Backyard Barbecue. We got Backyard Barbecue is a brand new sponsor," and Buzz would chime in. So they're going to give us free lunch to talk about it. I mean, immediately it was like,
well. I just want some chicken ribs. That was my favorite.
Do y'all remember what we did with Backyard Barbecue where we claimed that...
I remember chicken ribs.
No, it was squirrel rib. We had squirrel ribs, too.
Well, chicken ribs make me laugh.
But we would tell them, we said they actually have a new thing out there. It's called a Molotov cocktail marinade. And so they have all of the pigs corralled in the back of the building, and you can go back there and lob a marinade-laced Molotov cocktail at whichever pig you choose, and you cook it and marinate it at the same dadgum time.
It's only $99.95. And you know what's funny about that?
loved us,
That's
man.
a
He was-
funny. That
Oh,
is
yeah.
a funny bit that Harvey did, and 99 out of 100 people that heard that on the radio enjoyed the joke, and 1% thought it was real. Because no matter how dumb something you say is, somebody
That's
will
true.
believe it and take it as pure gospel.
And
That is true.
We claim they had squirrel ribs, and the cool thing about the squirrel ribs is once you chew all of the meat off, the little rib is a really good toothpick.
I liked when you said they had barbecued chicken ribs because that almost sounds like something they would really have. It almost
does.
sounds like a delicacy you'd have at some expensive restaurant.
Yeah. Did you know Backyard Barbecue still advertises with us? Really? Yeah, they're one of our partners
Oh,
here.
it's delicious,
Yeah.
and you can eat a lot of stuff there that's keto. So I can actually eat there once in a while.
That's good eats, man.
It
I
is
love my
good eats.
keto.
This sister says you guys also got me through big local disasters with the tornadoes that hit in the late '90s. You know, I remember those as well. The Victory Honda text line 731-410-7560. If you'd like to talk to Buzz and Harvey, you can call them up at 678-931-9857. Only got about 40 minutes left in the show, guys.
Can we do a birthday buzz?
Yeah.
Can we do a birthday show? Today is my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. She's listening. She never.
best.
Birthday, you thing from another world, you.
Sweet lady. Best
She,
masseuse.
she always used to listen to the show.
Best masseuse.
Oh, stop. She never laid her hands on you. You should be so lucky.
So today's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. Love
Happy
you.
birthday,
Happy birthday.
Best
Mama
lady,
Buzz.
best lady ever. The woman is a saint.
She is
you
a
would
sweet lady.
never guess if you knew her that she was my mom because she's a sweetheart.
And hands
Stop.
of
No,
magic.
Don't say a word about that. That never happened, and it would never happen. You're making things up.
It's 12:21. We got to take a quick break. We'll be back. It is the Buzz and Harvey reunion show here on the Talk of Jackson. 12:23. This is the Talk of Jackson 93.1. A Thursday, September 5th. This is the Buzz and Harvey reunion show.
Look, this is so sweet. Buzz's mom texted me and said to come by.
She
and
doesn't text.
Oh, she
did
did,
not
yeah.
text you
Oh.
because
Come by
the
and get
woman
a
doesn't
massage.
text.
Get a massage?
Yeah,
Wow, lucky
so
you, man.
sweet. I love her so much.
You know what I'm proud of? Looking back here, it's been a long time since we've been on the radio together, the three of us. All three of us still have our hair. Everybody's hair looks good.
Mine's going away
Mine's
back here.
changed
Yours,
colors.
You've
Yeah.
all right. It's
Yeah.
thinned out a little bit, but
Yeah.
everybody
good
still has
hair,
good
though.
hair. I got the best hair of my life.
You got that
My hair
thick
is
hair,
so
man.
happening right now.
I just want to run my fingers
So
through it.
proud. You can.
Oh, I
have
don't
to.
want to see that.
I am so proud
I'm
of my
just
hair.
saying.
Well, I used to be really proud of my hair because it was kind of like all I had going. I thought.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how I thought of myself.
At that time. No, you always had great hair, man. And
Thank
this guy,
goodness.
what
I'm proud of
happened
you
to
guys.
Yours is just.
It's stately, is what it is.
It's-
It looks like he's like a.
It's white. I know.
Looks like when they
Stately is the
when one of those
stately.
ladies with the short haircut says, "I want to speak to the manager." It looks like this is who the manager would be. Would we come? Yes, ma'am.
Well-
No, I understand, ma'am. No, I'm sorry. No, I know she's supposed to give you the discount on
She's
that.
a new hire. I know. The home made the cake.
No, it's absolutely. You're absolutely right. Now let me. Can I just? I'm going to go ahead and I have a coupon for you. It'll be 50% off on your next visit.
That's
Okay.
right. And a
Is that-
free audiobook.
Are you satisfied with your service here today? Here's a certificate. Just go to buzzblackburn.com, click on the book you want, and then message Buzz. He'll give you a free copy. He will.
You
He's a
should
good
get
guy.
$10 if you listen to it.
Oh, you know what else? I'm trying to hug my audiobooks, but I would try to get everybody to go and vote for me to be Radio DJ of the Year at the Tennessee Music Awards. I won last year,
But you're not a DJ.
but I was during the qualifying period.
This is the only guy who's still a DJ.
This was 2018 to 2019, and I got
why can't I
nominated
vote
this
for this
year.
guy?
I don't think you got nominated.
I
I'm
did.
sorry,
Yeah.
but
I didn't.
but you weren't a DJ. You're doing like a talk show
Yeah,
thing.
I get beat out by guys not even on the radio.
Well, I was. This would be my last opportunity to win it if I can win it. But anyway, it's too late. The voting's already ended, so I can't encourage people to go vote for that. But it is going to be a great show at Lambuth University coming up on October the 7th, Monday,
hosting
October
that.
the 7th.
You
No,
and-
it's being hosted by Keith Shirley and her name is she's one of the Miss Tennessee Volunteers, Williamson.
Uh-huh.
She's going to be. They're going to be the co-host. I'm the MC. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I'll be there. Yeah, it's going to be great fun.
It would be fun.
I'll probably be like,
Introducing Keith Shirley.
but Keith is a sweetheart. He's the best. So
And now Alex Trebek.
I'm part of the team.
You're that guy.
I'm part of the team.
You're
But
Johnny
it's going to be a
Gilbert.
great show. Everybody should get tickets
You gotta
because
be
the
the Johnny.
music at the Tennessee Music Awards is fantastic, and that's by the way, those are at TennesseeMusic.org.
Cool.
So you're going to be the Johnny Gilbert of the.
I'll be the
Thing, I
Rod
guess.
Roddy, the new Whirlpool dishwasher, and it could be yourself. The prize is right. Now welcome Keith Shirley.
That guy is good, and look at his hair.
Keith has fantastic hair.
He's got hair.
I used to think, I might have the best hair on any dude in Jackson radio, but Keith is just
Keith's hair is out of control,
Gorgeous.
though, man. I mean,
Gorgeous.
is there not some clippers around somewhere or something? I mean, it's just going everywhere.
Yeah, it looks like he just woke up.
It's a
Yeah.
look
All the time.
It's a
Yeah.
look, and I think that's what he's going for.
I think so.
It's working.
From the Victory Honda text line, guys, dear Buzz, I would never text Harvey, don't worry. Ask Opie to bring my towel back. Mama Buzz. What?
You got one of her
What?
towels?
Well.
Mama Buzz.
Yeah.
My mom did not text. My mom does not text.
I don't know. It says Mama Buzz on here.
Magic fingers.
Nobody calls her Mama Buzz. That's how I know it's not you.
guess.
That's her new nickname.
Christine Electra Williamson and Keith Shirley are the hosts of
Oh,
the Tennessee
that's who it
Music
is.
Awards. But
That's
the music that they always get, the nominees, a lot of them perform, and it's always just the best music show that you see all year in West Tennessee.
Did the Buzz Kings get nominated?
No, and they don't have a music. I don't think they have a cover band category. Maybe they do. No, we didn't get nominated. Nor did I get nominated for bass player, which I would like to be. But
Well, sure.
I can't just win all the awards.
Just those, right?
Well, the Buzz Kings are my cover band, my party band. We have a good time, and we will be at the Doodle Soup Festival on September the 28th. Free show.
Any chance of the guys doing a podcast once a week or a show on something like YouTube Live?
How much? What's it pay?
I mean, a podcast would be fun because then you could say what you really think. I mean,
Yeah.
we're kind of restricted here.
Right.
You can lose sponsors on your own as opposed to for somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. So
No,
anyway,
I think that'd be fun.
That's an idea.
I enjoy watching Joe Rogan's. I watch a lot of YouTube TV at night. A lot of YouTube.
I like podcasts, and you, yeah, it's the same here. Honestly though, yeah, we're all very busy, but we are trying to figure out a way to do something with our collection of tapes that we have. We don't have everything. There's a lot we don't have. Probably
Right.
some of the best stuff we don't even have a copy of.
Because we didn't
anyway.
even think about it. I mean, we didn't think about recording.
Well, all we had was
the
cassettes.
show.
You couldn't record on digitally in those days in a convenient way.
Like we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's convenient now, but back in the day, there was no convenient way to. We had everything on cassette tapes, and so we're trying to figure out a way to do something somewhere.
And we just found them. I mean, I just was in the attic digging through some stuff, and I was like, "What's this box?" And it was like 20 cassettes in there. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
"Wonder what these are."
Well, even the picture that you posted, the couple of pictures that you posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that, and that was, and the ones with us on our Saturns, because
Yeah.
we got to drive Saturns.
Saturn, they gave
Brand
us
new-
cars.
Yes, they gave us cars to drive. And you'd put 3,000 miles on it, and guess what? You go back and get another one.
That's right. You had to turn it in every 3,000 miles.
I loved it.
Me too. That's
The
great.
the Saturn dealership was they were listening to our show there. They enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. They worked with us on some cool stuff.
Jim Branscombe.
Yeah, and
What's
he
the guy's
was
name?
like,
I miss those guys.
yeah, he was like, if you guys are seen driving them around, maybe we could sell a few cars. And they
Right.
sold a buttload of cars, man.
You remember Jerry Murley?
Yeah.
Yep, he's at Victory Honda.
Still around.
He's
Oh, hey, Jerry.
He's at Victory Honda.
Yeah, he was out there with them. Same crew.
Yep,
Good guys.
That's exactly right.
We got to do so much fun stuff and
Went to Jamaica?
Yeah, y'all did. I didn't get to make that trip.
those. However, those were the worst radio shows we ever did.
In
First
Jamaica?
of all, you weren't there, Brad.
Right.
It was just me and Harvey, which
Right.
that hurts the show right there. And then second of all, we were just sitting there. We were having a great time. I was basically on my honeymoon, and we were there, and we would get down and we would sit there by the pool and do our radio show. But that was like, well, sure is sun is beautiful here
There's nothing to
Skies
talk-
are beautiful here in Jamaica, aren't they?
because they wanted us to talk about that,
Yeah.
and we were still hungover from the day before.
Boring shows.
Because there was nothing but, I mean, it was like rum was flowing.
That's
I mean,
what we
it
should
was
have
like-
done. I should have got up and just went right to the bar. If we
should've.
got blasted, we might have had a good show.
Yeah.
But instead, it was like, yeah, the pool looks really inviting.
There was
Wait a
nothing
minute,
to
is that
talk
girl
about.
taking her top off?
There was nothing to talk about.
The only interesting thing that happened
But it
while
was
we were
beautiful.
in Jamaica, well, besides me and my honeymoon, the only thing that happened show-wise, I was having a great time.
That's like scoring your first touchdown, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm no Peyton Manning, Tim Hornet. Anyway,
Hornet.
we were
Tim
doing our
Hornet.
show. We're doing the show in Jamaica. We're live. We shouldn't be doing a show, but we are. We got a free trip to Jamaica. Yay for us! Some travel. So it was a travel. How'd that happen? You made magic thing. You had magic powers.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're in Jamaica. We're doing a radio show, and lo and behold, we're just out there by the pool, and a very attractive young gal, whips off her bikini top.
She did.
Which people do that in Jamaica, but it's the first pair I'd seen there. Besides what was going on in my room, and
Kind of like scoring your first touchdown, if you know what I'm saying.
and I was like, "Wow, Harvey, check it out! Wow, man, this is great. I'm enjoying this. This is a good vacation." And then, of course, we invite her and the guy she's with. Hey, y'all come over, get on the radio with us. So we bring them over, and they're talking like this, And it's, where are you guys from? He's like, well, we're from Scotland, from Glasgow, Scotland. And we're like, well, that's pretty cool. Well, we're radio DJs. We're doing a radio show for Tennessee. And they're like, oh, really? Oh, we've got relatives in Humboldt.
We're like,
Have you heard of Humboldt? I'm like, the radio station's in Humboldt. How in the heck? What? How are you
That's exactly how it went down.
wow.
from Humboldt?
Yeah.
I don't think I heard that story.
Yeah.
I really don't. Wow.
It's true.
We had that. We did there was a big
So
toga.
you know people in Humboldt? Well, you better put your top on, young lady.
They weren't that impressive.
I was impressed.
Yeah, he was impressed, but he hadn't seen many of them, so I've seen plenty. So I was like, that's another one. Yeah. So, and we did a toga party. We had to do a toga party.
That was fun.
Where we had to take
I was the only person who did the toga right.
Yeah.
All y'all had you must have gone out and borrowed a sewing machine somewhere. Because you had like a Viking
crafty.
outfit.
I'm crafty.
You had this like whole concoction going on. I just like, no, you just take it and you tie it around your shoulder and you're done. That's how it's done. So I did it right. I don't know what you were up to. You had to outdo everybody, Mr. Competitive over there.
I had like a Roman. It looked like a Roman. I was like a Roman god in that thing. It had sleeves.
I came in. I'm ready to. I was like, "Where's the party?" And you're like, "This is Sparta!" And you were kicking people, and you had a sword.
He looked like he just rolled out of bed and just still had the.
I did. I was on my honeymoon.
hanging on it. Sort of like scoring your first touchdown, if you know.
I understand.
It's a big moment.
I completely understand. My goodness. Man, this is hilarious. Let's talk a little bit about some of the characters.
I got it down to the 1 yard line a lot of times. Okay. Fourth down.
By yourself doesn't
Penalty
count.
flag goes down.
By yourself doesn't count.
I'm giving you a yellow card.
Wrong football.
Talk a little bit about some of the characters that we had that just developed. I mean, just listeners.
You mean real people?
Real people, listeners who developed into characters on the show.
There was a guy named Don Juan Bubba that
Yeah.
kept posting classified ads. That's how we found him. He kept posting classified ads in the Jackson Sun that were just, I mean, everything was misspelled. The grammar was terrible. And that's how
It had a phone number on there, and you're like, we're going to call this guy.
Yeah, it was before Match.com, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as so this guy was trying to date through the classified ads in the newspaper, and so we called this guy. And
now, first of all,
got him
you
on.
don't get to pick your own nickname with us.
No.
Okay?
Yes.
But except I did. I got to pick Buzz, which is a nickname.
Yeah.
but otherwise.
Generally, you do not get to pick your own nickname. This guy says, "Well, you can call me the California Kid," and we're like, "No, we're gonna come up
remember
with something better."
Don Juan Bubba, wasn't it?
Don Juan Bubba.
Don Juan Bubba.
Yeah.
You should read and we would read his classified ads. This is before they had Match.com, so he would the dumbest, craziest. So eventually, he ended up at the radio station, which is a horrible mistake.
Terrible idea.
Yes, it was.
We
He
were
actually
having
came out to the barbecue.
He came out to the
famous
naked barbecue.
Yeah.
He came out to that, and I remember him sitting in one of those wooden chairs that we had in the foyer of the rest of the radio station, and he's eating. The guy's got no shoes on. and it's dirty, and he's eating a steak with his bare hands.
This sticks with you. You bring this up every time we talk. This obviously really affected you.
It was like I was watching a caveman eat. I was like, this guy. We have forks and knives and plates. No, not this guy.
He's not at this. Why you don't see him at the old country store? They'll kick you right out of here if you try to eat the hoe cakes with your hands. He was I don't know whatever happened to that guy.
And there were two, and you said you didn't remember these guys, but there were two young guys, and I think they went to school in Trenton,
T-Town.
and they were young, and they really wanted to be involved in the radio, so they wanted to do radio something, and they came up, and one guy walked a little funny, and the other guy had like really bad acne, and so we nicknamed them Gimpy and Blackhead.
Oh Lord, I remember that.
So
yes.
Gimpy and Blackhead would come by,
and they loved it. And they loved it.
Gosh.
But we were just that kind of we were jerks.
I forgot about that.
Jerks.
Psycho Gamer Phil.
Yep.
See, the thing is, I don't know
Another guy.
about you, Harvey, but I was a nerd growing up, and I really enjoyed being on the other side of the coin for the first time in my life. You know what I mean? It felt great to be the bully instead of the bullied. And I was like, all right, in A Christmas Story, the two bullies that beat up Ralphie.
Yeah.
There's the redheaded kid who he punches in the face eventually, and then there's the little guy next to him like, yeah, we'll kick you in. I was that guy. I was that kid. Harvey was the big guy, and I was the little one next to him, Ratface or whatever his name was. Yeah.
It was bad.
He's gonna punch you hard. Ralphie.
We had one guy to win concert tickets. We would do a stupid thing called "What would you do for concert tickets?" And people would call in.
I wish Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, they would do
crazy,
anything.
insane things would happen.
One guy he said, "I'll shave off my eyebrows and y'all can draw on new eyebrows."
Yes, he did.
I was like, "What?" He said, "I'll shave off my eyebrows and y'all can draw on new eyebrows." We were like, "With a Sharpie?" And he was like, "Sure." So he came up there and we shaved off his eyebrows and we drew the goofiest looking eye. He looked like The Rock with that one arched eyebrow, and that stuff had to stay on for like a week.
He took that to the concert.
Yeah.
He goes backstage and he meets Dave Matthews and like, "Hi man, how you doing?" He's get this guy out of here. Get him out of here. Who let him in here?
One guy called. He said, "I'll call from a coffin." And sure enough, he got into a funeral home somehow. He got inside the
coffin.
One called from he said, "I'll call from the hood of a car going down I-40."
See,
that was dumb.
That was very dumb.
But he did it. And somebody on the other side of the interstate called to verify it. He said, "Dude, I just saw that guy on the hood of a car."
It's like, how do we know you're really doing it? And other people are calling to confirm it.
Yeah.
We had a great time with the one time. Again, when in the early days of cell phones, we had people go to the bank. And put their cell phone in the tube.
I remember that.
Send it
to the teller.
To the teller, and then with the teller, be like, "I really need. My name's Doris, and I really need to get back." Take care of my customers. Okay, well, just put the phone back in the tube, Doris.
Let me ask you one more thing, Doris.
Hey, man, I'm all right. I got the phone back. All right, congratulations.
Then we'd say, "No, send it back. We got to ask her one more question." Hello, Granny's French thong.
Well, click.
Yeah, we got a lot of clicks back in those days.
Speaking of which,
we really did violate a lot of FCC regulations, frankly.
This guy says, just got this text, had my phone on the dash with my headphones in so I can listen to the show, hit a bump, the phone fell off, I picked it up, got pulled over for having the phone out, got a warning though, love the show.
All these years later,
I don't know.
We're still getting people in trouble.
Still.
We never got in trouble compared to what we got people into.
And this person says, all right, because Harvey just brought it up, it has to be asked, Granny's French or thong. So they remember that.
This is one of those things we had to quit. We had to stop doing
I
that.
have no idea how that even started. I don't know. So many things just started on a whim.
That was kind of our first catchphrase.
Yeah.
Our first little, when a lady would call.
I think so, yeah.
When a fine lady would call the radio
and
station
some of
her own volition.
Some of the best games, I mean, initial this.
Right.
Where somebody would call in and then we would say, "Who is this?" And if they gave their name, we would shoot them and go to the next caller.
Dead president or living resident?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that one.
And so if they didn't give their initials, we would shoot them. If they did, then we would give them something like scuba, and you have to say what that meant, what that actually means.
My favorite was the wrong game.
The
You
wrong
had
game
to
is
answer every question. You had to answer incorrectly.
Yes.
every question.
Hi, what's your name? Squirrel. Okay. Because if he said, "It's Bob from Humboldt," bang, you're done.
Yeah, and that's the thing that you can't do that now.
No.
But when Harvey we'd do contest, if the person got it wrong or whatever, 2 gunshots.
Yeah, we
boom,
shot
boom.
'em.
I mean, you
Sometimes
know.
they go, "Oh, I don't know, just shoot me."
Yeah. There was just there's no humor in that anymore.
No.
No.
I don't know what you do
No one
now.
wants to hear that.
I don't know.
Lob a water balloon at them? What would you do? I mean, it'd be stupid.
Guys, we got to take a break. It's coming up on 12:42, and this is the Buzz and Harvey reunion show on the Talk of Jackson. Hello? Well, I guess not.
My name's Edward. Edward.
Oh, yeah, Hurricane Dorian is going up the coast.
Man, that's a mess out there.
It is. I think we have him now. Eddie Holmes, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Cool.
How are you guys doing? You're really causing a stir around this place, I'll tell you.
Well, we're having a big time, man. Have you been
I
listening?
can tell. You've been listening the last 30 minutes. Huh?
All right.
Last 30 minutes. So that whole hour before that was for nothing? What have you been doing? We're not even getting paid for this.
At
least you could do is listen.
Enjoying the weather.
You're not getting paid. I'm getting paid. All you asked for was M&Ms.
Yeah, green ones. I didn't get you water either, did I?
No.
I'm sorry.
So
All
Eddie,
right.
so Eddie,
have
what's
every
going
kind of
on with
candy
the with Dorian, and how's it gonna is it gonna affect us at all, or what's the story?
Well, I'm on the road, and so I don't have all my info in front of me. But of course, the storm has been a strong Category 2 right now, and it's going to be making landfall on the outer banks of North Carolina coast. So those folks are really going to have to be taking a lashing. But everywhere from roughly Charleston all the way up is under the gun right now with the strong tropical storm force winds and gust to hurricane, and then that's going to close in on the coast the closer it gets to North Carolina. So once it passes there, it's going to lift onto the northeast and fortunately out of our hair finally.
I thought that didn't the president say it was going to take a turn and head on into Alabama though?
Tuscaloosa, I think.
Yeah, Tuscaloosa's going to go
under
pack a wallop. I mean,
severe-
according to the president, he has it straight
severe
from the-
thunderstorm warning.
right? Isn't it?
I'll just do the best I can with what I've got here, okay?
You don't have a magic Sharpie? You can make the storm go where you want it to go?
No, but I can draw eyebrows.
So what about us, Eddie? We're not getting apparently no rain for what, the next month?
I got stuff dying out
What's
there,
the deal?
Eddie. Come on, help us out.
We got
At
nothing.
least for we've had 10 days with no rain, and we're going to get another 7 probably on top of that.
Wow.
So we're running kind of dry.
Break out the hose, Margaret.
The nice weather that we have over the area is in part due to Dorian, because Dorian's helping cool down some air from the north, from the Great Lakes region where high pressure is. And so that combined force has really been a blessing for us, as we got lower humidities and temperatures that are a bit cooler. Readings in the low to mid 80s are in the works now, and we'll be in the upper 80s tomorrow. Tomorrow night a front comes in and gives us a weekend in which we will have 80s again.
All right.
So it's just some nice weather, as far as having the temperatures in the 80s and the lower humidity. That's welcome.
Mm-hmm.
But next week's going to be a different story altogether.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get hot again, right, Ed?
Yes, it is. We're going to be starting Monday. We'll probably be in the mid-90s, and we'll be in the mid-90s for at least 3 days. We'll be seeing some cooler temperatures by the end of the week, but it's going to be tough next week, even for football practice and those all those activities that have those afternoon practice. We'll probably see the heat index value become an issue as we get into next week.
Okay. Well, what's the temperatures out there right now, Eddie, across West Tennessee?
Yeah, right now we're looking at readings from the mainly the low 80s, and we're looking for highs today in the mid 80s. So a good-looking day, nice little wind blowing, and
Would you say 85, or are we going to get all the way up to 86?
yeah, somewhere in there, somewhere between 83 and 87. How's that?
I'm going to take 85 and a half.
Okay.
What are you taking, Ope?
Give me 86.
Buzzer?
$1, Alex.
Without going over. Right?
I've seen people do that on TV.
You're not going to be playing in the
works
showcase.
It works a lot of the time.
Oh, my goodness.
$1, please.
Okay, Eddie. Well, thank you, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Eddie.
You are the man.
All right. Make the best of the rest of this 11 minutes, okay?
All right, we'll do it. Staff meteorologist Eddie Holmes.
I hope he means on the radio. Hope he doesn't mean. Does he know something we don't know?
Well,
It's happening in 11 minutes?
Well, he is a preacher, and he's got direct connections.
He said, I
Saying.
hope y'all enjoy the next 11 minutes.
That's what he said.
Eddie.
I told y'all we shouldn't have gotten back on the radio again. Last sign of the apocalypse. Here we go.
You see Richard walked in?
There's
did.
our buddy Richard wearing
Yes.
a Tennessee orange
Still.
T-shirt. He always does.
Yeah,
Everywhere he goes. A
still.
good friend of ours. Big Richard.
Yep.
He was one of the guys that had to, when it was in the contest, whoever could pee their pants first won the tickets.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yes.
By God, he
do.
won, too.
We had some tickets to give away, and we had 4 guys
I'm
who
glad
showed
we did
up.
that outside.
Well, we weren't going to start. To begin with, we weren't. And you were the one who said they should probably go outside and stay on the sidewalk. So they went out there, and the contest was whichever guy could pee his pants the first won the tickets, and Richard
Which
won.
is harder than, when you're a grown man
It's
and
really
you spent
hard.
your whole life trying not to pee in your own pants.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to do on purpose, but he did, and he enjoyed that show. I forgot what
I meant to ask
whatever
Eddie
it was. However much the tickets were, it wasn't worth it.
No. I meant to ask Eddie if that would be a solution for us scientifically if we have like a drought. If we all just go outside and pee, if that would help.
What? All
As
of
a
our pee,
group.
all of our pee ends up outside eventually.
That's true.
Did you know that every drop of water on Earth at one time, every molecule of H2O on this planet at one time or another was dinosaur pee? At least once, if
Man.
not hundreds of thousands of times.
Enjoy your DeSanti.
They don't put that on the bottle, do they? So if you check out buzzblackburn.com, you can order dinosaur pee water.
0.07% T-Rex pee.
It's got a bit of a wang to it. But, Jurassic Park, that made a lot of money, so I think people are in for some dinosaur pee water.
That's why T-Rexers are so angry, those little hands.
It's hard,
Little
it's hard to
arms.
aim.
They can't. I'd be angry too.
We represent the Lollipop Guild. Short appendages.
Oh, my goodness.
So no more text,
Guys, well, we're clear on text.
Well, gee, we
yeah.
really set the town on fire, didn't we?
Whoa, here we go. No, we can't. I'm not reading that one. I'm sorry, Chuck. I'm not reading that one.
What? Does he send another?
Can we read it? Is it good?
That's probably the one we should read.
Wait, Brad, serious question to the text line. You need to give out that text line again. By the way, can people send pictures?
Yes, they can.
Oh, it's a good thing we didn't have that back in the day. Woo, boy.
Do you remember the song we did? The song that we did with Opie that made him so for Opie that made him so mad.
I don't know what you're referring to.
I don't know if I remember this or not.
It was about him being so fat. Opie, he's a
Oh, was it
Big
the,
boy.
The
He's-
Flintstones?
Yeah.
The Flintstones thing? Dun-dun.
something.
He's a big boy. He's a modern. I don't
something
remember
with
that.
something with
Sounds like something awful we
I
do.
do kind of remember that.
because we had your dad on there.
Yes,
Who
that's
said,
right.
He said, Opie, you want some cookies?
Yeah. He gave us a bit for the song.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just never see.
But some of that
Just
stuff's
cruelty
gone.
without
I know.
ceasing. We
I
were
know.
we were so cruel. We really.
And to answer the text, yes, I was Opie. Yes, a lot of people are just realizing that now. That guy just said, so Brad was
So
Opie.
people can text you pictures.
Yeah, they
Wow.
can. They're on the text line.
That's
Yeah.
like the superpower.
Dear Buzz and Harvey.
What's that text line again? I'm going to start texting you pictures.
Please don't.
What is that, the Grand Canyon? Oh, no! Grand
It's a
Canyon doesn't
beautiful
have hair on
landscape.
it. What is that?
Buzz and Harvey, I can't believe all you guys are still alive. Hard living. Not really. No, not really. No.
Who sent that?
I don't know.
Probably some funeral home operator.
Probably so.
Some of the way people perceived us was not even the way we presented ourselves, but just how they, you create a certain amount in your own mind of imagining that we were these wild rock star types. I wasn't.
No, we're actually
No,
really
I
healthy.
wasn't. No.
I wanted to be, but I wasn't.
I remember when Molly Hatchet was in Milan at the raceway performing, and
Molly Hatchet was there.
no, listen,
My
and they
God.
said they were still, and so they said, "Come on back to the trailer," and I was like, "I'm going to see all kind of depravity back here." They were boiling tea and pouring the tea into their Jack Daniels bottles
that they drank on stage.
that they would drink on stage.
Right. Yeah. There you
So
go.
it was
You
like
drink
that.
a half a bottle of Jack Daniels on stage, you can't sing, "I'm flirting with disaster," and you throw up.
Harvey, what was the bet that we did where I had to wear a diaper?
Both of y'all had to wear diapers. It was an
Yeah,
Academy
that's
Awards.
right.
It was
Yes.
an
Okay.
Academy Awards thing.
pool.
Right.
Whoever won the Academy Awards thing got to decide what the punishment was going to be for the other two. And Buzz was convinced because he's the
love
media
movies.
guy.
Yeah,
I love
movie
movie
guy.
guy. He was convinced he was going to win hands down. I got lucky and picked the right ones, and I won.
What was it that year? The English Patient, maybe? Or
I don't know. And so the punishment was that they both had to wear nothing but Depends diapers and had to eat oatmeal until one of them
Couldn't-
soiled their diaper.
couldn't go to the bathroom. Had the bathroom doors were
Yeah.
locked, and we were just.
Yeah, and
Yep.
and Opie won.
I just leaned. Yeah, I just leaned
Thank
into
goodness.
it and relaxed and enjoyed it for what it was.
I still have a photo of that, by the way,
I bet you do.
of this guy.
You got a what? You still got
I
the
still
picture?
have a picture of you in the Depends diaper.
Yeah, I'm
bet
holding
you
the coffee cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And-
bet you got archives you could blackmail half of.
oh, I'm sure. All right. This texter wants to know, is Harvey going to have a new comedy club?
It's a good question. Probably not. I'm actually going to sell that franchise and the name and all and the website and all
Yep.
that to some young or young-minded entrepreneur or promoter or venue that wants to take it and run with it. But I'm kind of enjoying having weekends, going to see the kids. I got one in Murfreesboro, one in Chattanooga, hanging out with my wife, doing
Yep.
fun stuff. And
Right.
I enjoyed it, but
Well, guys, we're going to have to wrap this thing up. We've got about a minute and a half. So
what comes on after this?
John Rawl and Y'all. The Y'all Show with John Rawl.
Oh, yeah, it's very good.
He's on from 1 to 3, and then George will be in the afternoon. He'll be on at
Good stuff.
3 o'clock.
Good lineup.
This afternoon from 3 until 6. So, I don't know, any closing comments from you guys?
BuzzBlackburn.com has links to all, everything is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Everything is Buzz Blackburn at Buzz Blackburn, BuzzBlackburn@gmail.com. So you can see, see what I'm up to if you are a fan and you care to. Thank you very much.
And,
And keep an eye on that stuff because if we ever
Yeah.
if we figure out what we're going to do,
Exactly.
something, that's where you'll know.
yeah, if we can figure out time-wise and technology-wise if we could do a podcast, we've kind of toyed around with that idea.
We could do it now if you just get some
If-
decent internet out there in the sticks where you live.
Yeah, I know. I should. I could just come live with you.
Okay.
No,
I got a kid going to college in a year.
Oh, you got a free room? Yeah. Okay, I made.
Might
I made
be a bit
very
of a
well of that.
downgrade from your palatial estate, but
Yeah, I got a pretty sweet gig, pretty sweet spot. Yes.
Well, I just want to say thanks to you guys for making a 5-year run some of the best times of my life.
It was fun,
I mean, I'm
man.
serious.
It was fun.
We had
Same
a
here.
ball, man.
It
I mean,
was the best times of my
It
life.
was. I mean, we had billboards and cars and chili and had our pictures on the movie theater.
Laughed
Remember
every day.
that?
Absolutely.
You know,
Billboard.
We got free meals all around town. I mean, serious. We go
Just-
to a restaurant and they'd comp your meal.
Play golf.
We used to, we could.
Yeah.
We knew the manager at Red Lobster, and we could just call and we could just go and eat at Red Lobster whenever we want. Boy, those days are gone.
I know, man. They are, aren't
I
they?
gained all my weight back that way, though. It was not good.
Right.
It was just good. It was just good times hearing from folks, and that, they'd say, "Man, I laughed all the way to work. I hate my job, but you made it enjoyable going to work today."
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
And those were other radio people.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, we got to wrap this thing up. Good to see y'all.
Thank you, Brad.
Thanks for the invite,
Thank you.
man.
All right. John Rawl and the Y'all Show coming up.
$2.99 for a car hop classic. What a steal!
Hurry. Good deal.
I think I said Jack.
Oh, that's fine. That's no biggie. Not at all. But that was some fun.